get to post the stream.
Yeah, I get why you don't want to have big streams, but also that like 9-person stream where we were all talking about Julia Fox's ass was hilarious. While you were
Oh no,
trying to
it's
play
fun every
Pokemon.
once in a while. I just don't want it to be like every stream, you know.
No, that's understandable.
At the end of the day, it still has to be Andy's stream.
Does it?
It can't just be like the 9 various people's stream.
All right. Okay. So do we have anyone viewing? All right. I guess.
I can't see. Oh wait, no, I just forgot to click on this.
Well, that's also because I had the game turned off.
That'll do.
All right.
Oh shit.
Turn that down.
We have 2 viewers. Hold on, let me.
I think it's us.
It probably is us.
What are you playing on?
Okay, so I can actually explain that. So, this version of the game actually requires a bit of context. In 2013, well, actually, yeah, it goes back a little bit, but in 2013, really, really solid mobile ports of Sonic 1 and 2 came out for mobile devices and basically just mobile devices. It was made by the Sonic Mania team before they did that. They have never gotten a console port. However, in 2021, January, I think, they got decompiled onto PC, and I'm playing a slightly modded version.
So this is like a mod of a hack of a mobile port?
Yes.
That's the way to play Sonic 1.
How much of a professional Sonic player would you describe yourself as? Can you like speedrun?
No, on a scale of 1 to 10, 4 or 5.
5 means you're like 5 means you are an average player.
Yeah, I'm bad at video games.
Where would you put yourself compared to like an Aaron Hansen?
Well, Aaron's a 1, so you know that's pretty much. So that tells you like I think all you need to know. I'm way fucking better. Well, the Aaron question is how much of this is Aaron is bad at video games, and how much of this is because whoever's not wearing headphones, please put on headphones. And is whoever's how much of it is he just faking it for the camera? Because being mad at Sonic games gets good views. Just making sure I got the settings all right.
I find it very hard to play video games while talking to people, especially something that's reaction based.
Yeah, I mean it's doable. These games aren't. I'm also very familiar with these games, even if I'm not that great at it. I do at least know what I'm doing. Anyway, let's get started. Sega! DSP is it or that's a good question. DSP or Aaron? That's
I've completely like I have nothing but respect for DSP at this point.
Kinda. Also, I'm playing with extra features like power-up system and stuff added in from Sonic 3. It makes Sonic 1 a whole lot more powerful. Anyway, this is Green Hill Zone. I'm gonna turn down this game just a little bit. What were you saying, Cole?
If you had to fuck a Sonic character, which one would you fuck?
You coming right out of the gate with that.
Yeah, because I mean, we're not going to be talking about video games.
Well, I actually want to talk a little bit more about video games this stream, but I don't know. I'm not saying that on camera. That's my answer. I would say. So anyway, this is Green Hill Zone. It's the best level in the game because it's got like an extra month of development over every other level.
Why do you think that is?
It makes sense. I mean,
because we know that.
It's like the loudest level, just in terms of like colored.
Well, yeah, that, and they wanted to. This is the level that's going to be in the demo kiosk.
Oh, okay, that does make sense. Yeah. The only I don't know too much about Sonic.
Right there.
Good, I can fill in all the info you need to fill in. Don't worry.
The only info I know is weird, like way too online shit, like how Michael Jackson did the music for one of the games.
For yeah, 3.
Yeah, and then like there was a band that did the music for 3, and like some of the music with Michael Jackson, and then they released it like solo, and everyone was like, "Wow, this music sounds like Sonic music," and that's because it was Sonic music.
Oh yeah. Yeah, one of the Sonic 3 songs is very clearly just, oh, this is Proto Stranger in Moscow. Sonic 1 and 2's composer is actually, I forget his name, is a pretty well-respected J-pop artist, like one of the biggest ones in the 90s, or late 80s, and has composed full remix albums of Sonic 1 tracks. I don't know if because he also did 2, but I don't know if, like, that also counts. Anyway. But, yeah, it's... Yeah, there's some... There was also licensing issues with years, because it was a composer with clout and not, like, 80s Japanese retro video game composer that they lied about in the credits. There was licensing stuff about the music, over the music, until, like, at least 2011. Oh.
Why did they lie about the
No,
composer?
okay, so they didn't, but Japanese companies in the 80s did that, and 90s did that a lot in credits, because they didn't want poach, but they couldn't do that with him because he was a big name, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
So that he got to keep the rights of his music, and they had to pay him anytime they used it. Until about, like, I think it was resolved in 2011, although we don't know any details about that.
It's legitimately crazy that Michael Jackson is Sonic.
Well, he didn't make it, like, he was involved, but there were, like, 5 guys working on that soundtrack, although you can definitely feel his influence.
There's a couple songs on the Sonic soundtrack that eventually became, like, got reworked into other songs, like the backbeat for Smooth Criminal is like one of the songs.
Yes, and the original, like, credits theme for standalone Sonic 3 is just, I think, Stranger in Moscow.
Yes, and then there's also one that's like...
Those shields should not be there. Oh, shut up. Who cares?
Anarcho, do you think you can hit 100 rings?
Probably. I don't really care to. I already did in the stream.
Now, when are we playing Sonic in the Blackness?
At some point.
That's what the people really cry out for.
That's what the coal really cries out for.
They need to talk about Hyperborea. Well, we
Oh, he lost his shield. Now he has to fight the boss for real.
Uh-oh.
Yep, did it.
Now, does Dr. Eggman count as a pog?
I don't even know if Eggman's white.
Yeah, that's true. What race is Eggman?
I think in Sonic World they call him human.
I gotta Google this shit. Wait, isn't in Sonic Adventure?
Well, he has a
2,
cousin
like,
with blonde hair and blue eyes, so I think
No, Stair's right. His name is Robotnik, so he's a Slav.
I would assume that because didn't his dad work for the Russians in Sonic Adventure 2?
I think that was it was a stand-in for the U.S. government.
I think you're confusing him with Otacon.
No,
Yes,
no. He's not entirely wrong, but yes.
So he's Slavic.
Although I would
so
never,
guess-
I would never make insult Dr. Eggman by comparing him to Huey Emmerich.
Hey. He's alright for a white boy.
Someone has
Robotic's not
played
tough.
MGS5.
I have played MGS.
I need to finish that game. I got
Do
very.
you?
It's very
Yeah.
fun. I had a lot
It's
of fun.
good.
Okay. All right.
Fuck
Anyway,
it's good. I'll
I'm using-
play it on. If I have.
I'm using the Elemental Shield Swim 3. This is a slow lava level that involves pushing blocks and slowly, like, riding blocks. But in this version, you can just do this, because this is the fire shield and it blocks fire projectiles.
Oh my god.
Andy,
Is it cheating? Yes. Is it? But it's a bad level, so I don't care.
That's. I mean, that's just every class. I'm not a big class.
Do you think that like one thing people always say, like whenever there's like a new Sonic game, they're like, "Ugh, why is there all this like platforming and different stuff?" Sonic games are just supposed to be like go fast, run, have fun. But then you go back and play these, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot of like
well,
slow.
this is bad slow platforming that no one likes. Like the later games are better about this.
Sure, but like my point is like it's nothing new to the series.
Yeah.
Nah,
Oh,
The Sonic fans even like Sonic.
you missed.
I don't even give a shit. I'm not even going for the Chaos Emeralds.
But Andy,
Sonic 1 has problems, but I'll take it over CD. As we'll see when we get to the eventual CD stream 5 years from now.
me and Andy as 65-year-old man. Sonic 06.
Because there's just been no other video games come out.
Yeah. Sonic Frontier is still in development.
It's coming out this year, probably.
The year's like 2135, and they're like, they're gonna make Sonic Colors too.
Wouldn't that be some shit?
I could see.
Fuck that spring, by the way.
Frontier-
That spring is a dick placement, because the enemies there, you have to roll in to kill them normally. And so they put the spring there, so you roll into the spring and fall back into the lava.
Honestly, base Japan trolling their audience.
Yeah, you are.
Maybe that's why MJ likes it so much. The use of the children.
Heyo.
I will say I do like the outdoor parts of Labyrinth Zone, but they are not the majority of the level. Or Marvel's.
What's your opinion on the Sonic Rush games?
I'm not a big fan of their level design, but the soundtrack's great.
Yeah, Sonic Rush Adventure was like the only Sonic game I had as a kid.
That game has some good parts.
I enjoyed all the boss fights. They're very like simple but pretty memorable.
Hell yeah.
Well done. This game has achievements?
Yeah, the mobile port added them.
That's interesting. It's always very interesting when, like, how commonplace mobile porting, like from mobile to PC is become.
Well, this is again fan made, and also
Yeah.
oh, there's no secret there. There is no secret.
No.
Alright.
Yeah, it is fan made, but it's still crazy that I'm assuming this is the definitive way to play Sonic 1.
Yep.
On PC.
Well, maybe there will be another one version. There's a new compilation coming out, but we don't have a release date yet, and we arguably haven't seen it.
That's the one made by the Sonic CD, or
No. We don't actually.
Who's the guy who- or is it Sonic Mania? Is it
Yeah, Sonic Mania. That I don't actually think he's involved with that, but I think it. We have not actually seen the finalized versions. They just showed versions using these. So it might just be this, but with the drop dash. But you know, we'll see.
Just like using. I know he's like.
Probably. Again, we have like actually no idea what it is because they showed super early footage like May last year, and we haven't seen that game at all since. I imagine it's going to be released to be a movie tie-in. If that makes sense, but I don't know.
Do you think we'll see a Sonic game with Jim Carrey as the villain?
That'd be fun.
I could see them using like a stand-in for like, you know, a similar model but like a different voice actor or something.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like they kind of want to keep movie Sonic, but you know.
Do they still do like movie tie-in shovelware games for kids and stuff?
Yeah, they put
like,
them on phones.
Not as much anymore. What you get now, which is weird, is you get a lot of like very like high quality games that are meant to like capture the vibe of a movie. But
yeah, there's a lot of like
being, like,
cheap mobile stuff, and over the past like 3 years, there's been a lot of new like a lot of new triple A stuff. But there's very little of like the THQ style stuff you got during like PS2 and Wii era.
I was about to say there's no like fucking like Sing 2 platformer.
No, there is no $40 Sing 2 platformer.
No, but they really only like the only thing you really get like that is like the Marvel games.
They still
to, like,
sometimes get them, but yeah, they've definitely become there.
And like the new Marvel game is like infinitely worse than like Ratatouille for the PS2.
Which Marvel game?
Whatever the one that like just was completely broken on launch.
Avengers?
There's like that one where you just like there's that one video that's going around where the guy's playing as Hulk, and then the game just freezes and tells you like press X to smash, and if you don't do it, it'll just sit there forever.
I'm not actually sure which game that is. Anyway.
That's the Avengers game for the Square Enix one. I remember that video coming out.
Or the fact that like Hulk took like 5 punches as Hulk to take down one dude. It's like, come on.
Yeah, they do that. Like they do this weird like where because they made it the kind of video game it is.
First death.
Like they have to do balancing and shit, which is bullshit. Fuck balancing, especially in a single player game.
Well, that's like a Destiny thing, so that's why it's like that.
Yeah. And what was even funnier about that was like making a superhero game that has like maybe 10 costumes total.
Well, see.
Oh, that's bad.
They're also doing the Destiny thing of, well, you see, we'll fix it later, but you know, that obviously did.
Hey, some of us play Destiny here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna defend you. You should be ashamed.
No, I haven't since August. I'm clean. I promise.
Okay. Like honestly,
August, that was like a week ago.
I stuck with it way too long.
These blocks suck.
I will admit, I did keep going even after they were like for deleting half of the game that I have paid for. So that's a shame that I can't get. But once they announced they were doing it again, I was like, ah, fuck this. I'm not playing this anymore.
Fool me once. Why do they not just let like? Why does the Marvel team, like the Disney guys, just not let the Dynasty Warriors guys just make the next Marvel game?
Because they're doing like a Gundam. Don't they make the Gundam game?
They do like a bunch of shit. They just do.
They made a Legend of Zelda one. They made a Berserk one. Like
I kind of want to get into the Dynasty Warriors franchise. I had one for the 3DS, and like when I was a kid, I didn't understand it because I'm like, this is a samurai game. Like,
actually,
and you keep like changing sides and stuff so that you can see like all POVs of history. But man, like, wow, my character's like a dick with no loss. Didn't understand like the entire point of the Dynasty Warrior games. But I do want to try the Gundam one.
Dynasty Warrior is a series that I've heard. It's one of those things like EDF where people who get into it really get into it.
Oh, fucking Earth Defense Force. My god.
Oh man. And did you fuck with EDF?
I played some of 4.1. It's a cool series. I haven't really
love 4.1.
delved super deep in any of them, but I dig it.
5 is good, but I don't like.
Did 5 get a PC port?
4. It did.
Oh, okay.
It did like a year or two ago. Like it was very recent. It was like there was a decent gap because it wasn't until like 5 had already come out, EDF started getting big in the States again. So now they presumably do like almost simultaneous releases. I think it comes out like a month after. Like they did like a spin-off game. It was like it was like a low poly game. It was like a Minecraft meets EDF kind of thing. That came out like simultaneously.
Oh, also, Cole, since you're here,
Yeah.
there are 2 things I wanted to bring up with you. One, I didn't realize until like I looked on Twitter afterwards that you didn't realize Eli was on the stream with you. That was very funny.
Yes, I didn't. I'm bad at putting. If your name is not the same as the original, then I will not put it together.
That's fair. The other is, speaking of you being unable to put things together,
Oh no. I think
Ryan, did you see that what Cole tweeted today about how like, oh, I thought Mark Hamill, the actor and the voice actor were 2 different guys.
May I explain?
Sure.
I could understand like not knowing like, oh, Mark Hamill's a voice actor too. That's crazy. But like knowing that there's a voice actor named Mark Hamill who's very famous, and not knowing he's the same guy.
Allow me to defend myself.
Sure.
First of all, I had just gotten the COVID booster.
Okay.
Wait, that doesn't.
Yeah, no, I got the COVID booster this weekend. That shit didn't make me
memory.
delirious.
What do you mean?
No, so I was fucked up off the COVID booster, then I was like, I should get my weed in. And so in my weed delirium, I put on the Guyver, and Mark Hamill is in it. Well, not stars, but he's like a co-star. He's the second male lead in it. And I was like, wow, I looked on Letterboxd, and I didn't even look at the animated movies, but I was like, damn, that's fucked up that like he hasn't really starred in a lot of shit, you know?
No, he has had a pretty mid-live action career, which makes sense.
Yeah.
He appeared on The Simpsons in like season 10, and one of his stipulations was coming on was that he had to play a character and wasn't just going to be himself.
That's good.
Yeah. So then, once I remembered he was a voice, I didn't exactly forget that he was a voice act. It's complicated. I did forget that he was a voice actor, but and I knew that like there was a guy who played the Joker in the Batman animated cartoon, but I didn't put together that was Mark. Like I knew that in the back of my mind that was Mark Hamill, but like I forgot because I was like, Luke Skywalker and the Joker are two different guys.
I am off. That must be the color.
No, I do deserve that L, and I will be keeping the tweet up out of posterity.
I respect that.
Okay, good.
Mostly because it's funny. It was funny.
Mark Hamill is just a voice actor where anytime he shows up in something, I'm just like, oh, thank God. Oh, I'm so happy you're here.
I remember seeing an interview about like, I think it was one of the promo interviews when like Smiling Friends was like Smiling Friends just came out, but like
the promo.
Well, this was like 6 months ago, I want to say, and one of the things Zach Hagel was saying was like, oh, we want to go back to the thing the Simpsons used to do, where they would get like a really famous actor to just come in and do, like they would get like George Clooney to come on and he'd just play a dog, and he wouldn't be like, he wouldn't even say anything, he would just bark, and it'd be like dog barking, George Clooney.
That'd be pretty good.
So I think they got Gilbert Gottfried to like do a quick appearance. They've got some of the Red Letter Media guys.
By the way,
they got the Burger King foot lettuce guy to come on the episode.
By the way, look forward to our episode on Smiling Friends whenever that season finishes. Dispenser's gonna be very upset.
Does Spencer have beef with Smiling Friends?
He has beef with Oni. He's just upset that Oni got a TV show.
Well, it's not Oni's show. It's Zach Hagel's show.
Yeah, but in his head, it's Oni's show.
All of Newgrounds is one person.
I mean, yeah.
I think Oni's in it. I think
Yes,
he voices
he
the
is-
character.
he-
So.
I saw the pilot. I have not seen, but I'm like, oh, this is good. This is all right. It does have a lot of like 2006 Adult Swim feel, which is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, it feels properly weird, right?
Yeah.
So you know, even if it's not your bag, like, give it credit there. It's got like fuck, it's something different.
Hey Cole, did you retweet the stream? Okay, thank you.
All my fans can come on and bully me for not knowing who my But yeah, it is crazy when you do a lot of live action shit. Like, you think that like being in Star Wars you have like a blank check, but like that's kind of not. It's kind of like is like a lot of the Star Wars people like outside of Harrison Ford like didn't.
Carrie Fisher, I think, had an okay career.
Carrie Fisher, I think that what she excelled in was being like a script doctor.
Ah,
That was her
okay.
big thing. So she did a lot of script doctoring for. Let me look up what she did. Hold on. Carrie Fisher script doctor.
How big was James Earl Jones before Star Wars?
Oh,
Sure.
pretty
I know
big,
he
I
did.
think.
Yeah.
I know Ian McDiarmid was and mostly is like a British theater actor, so he probably like that's
Yeah.
why he's not in other stuff. But like
He's
makes sense.
he's in like every single like of those like BBC miniseries where they just like adapt an episode or like a play from Shakespeare.
Also, like, it's very funny. Like, I had known for years that Alec Guinness just fucking hated the role and was miserable about it. I saw like a film kind of recently, a clip of him playing Charles V, I think. That's the Charles that did started the English Civil War. Rye, you're getting a degree in history. You gotta back me up on this.
I don't know nothing. I refuse to learn about the
But
Anglos.
it's seeing him in that doing like real Shakespearean acting. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it.
I think
That
I think
like an
it- I think it
8-year-old
was a
coming up and being like,
misunderstanding.
Obi-Wan, it must have been the worst.
I don't think Alice Guinness hated the film. There was this misunderstanding that cropped up, because there's this story that came out where what had happened was like this kid had come up to him and said like, I love you in Star Wars. I've seen the movie like 20 times. And Alec Guinness was like, oh my god, why? And so people were like, oh,
That's kind of a baller move.
Alec Guinness like hated Star Wars. He hated the role. Blah blah blah. And he explained later, like someone asked him about this, and he was like, "Oh no, that got taken way out of context. I wasn't like, I didn't. It wasn't because the movie's bad. I was just like, why would you go see the same movie like 20 times? That was my shot. Go see other films. They're in the theater."
But shit. It is very funny that Harrison Ford hates having to come back into the Beyond solo. Like,
Harrison Ford hates acting. I'm convinced. of that.
no, he doesn't. Like, he loves being Indiana Jones. He loves
I don't-
being the main star. Because that's
Oh.
like Like he's very enthusiastic about 85 because he gets to be the lead. He's not, he's not just a side guy. He's like the guy.
Did you see that new Harrison Ford movie where it's like him and like a CG dog go on a big adventure in like the great like north?
I did see that. Yeah.
It looks like a movie like that you would find in a VHS bin, but it's like brand new. It's very weird, and the dog looks really creepy. Like they animated it very weird. He moves way too human-like.
Yeah, there are. Oh crap!
Are we ever gonna get like a proper like here's a movie about animals that we filmed using real animals, like a Homeward Bound style movie ever again?
Milo and Otis? No, because
that's not true. That's an urban legend. Kill all the cats.
Wait, what legend? I don't know.
In which movie?
In Milo and Otis, where they like.
I don't know. I've seen that the scene with the pug and the bear, and that pug does not look to be enjoying it.
We definitely abuse animals, but there's that urban legend where it's like, oh yeah, they killed like 40 cats.
Okay, that I can believe. That's probably a little higher. Like I can believe that.
Wouldn't it be really funny if it came out that like, oh yeah, 10 cats died on the making of this film, and there's like not even cats in the movie? Yeah. 10 cats died in the making of Sing 2. I keep referencing Sing because
It's in theaters.
Yeah, but like, did people go and see Sing 1? Are people seeing Sing 2?
Yes, it made a lot of money.
What?
Because parents love it. Because Illumination is like the family film, generic family film studio. It's not good, but it's the thing you got in theaters.
They make like Bugman. They're like Bugman and Pixar.
I was talking to a friend about this recently. Like, Sing and like all the other Illumination movies have become like they're like the Zathura of this generation. Where it's just like a movie. I don't know anyone who watches Zathura like willingly. It was just the movie that like would put on if they
That
didn't
was
want
Polar
to
Express to me. That's the movie I've seen the most as a kid, because every Christmas movie.
Which movie?
Polar Express.
I saw Zathura in theaters, and that shit fucking terrible. I was like, why the house should not be in space.
You're just very upset at like the basic premise, like houses are on the
like,
you saw up and you were all equally terrified.
I was literally like, I was like flying. I was so mad. I was like,
put the house on the ground. That's where house go.
Yeah, I was like probably 6 or 7 when that came out. And I was furious. I was like, take me home right now.
You're like a little cinema, like a little cinema sins.
Yeah.
Just like, that's not where houses go.
Like really into Star Trek, and so he would like tell me like there's no sound in space. I'm like, can't breathe in space.
I'm thinking like those terrible movies that like no kids saw willingly. Zathura and Chicken Little. Those are like the big two that come to mind.
Yeah.
Chicken Little's so funny because like the dad in that
another
movie
that I just saw, like because I think it was because like my parents were like, all right, we have 2 hours to kill before we have to go back to church camp. Like,
which movie?
Chicken Little.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Chicken Little was the movie they would play when I was a kid on any of those, like, if you ever had to ride a bus somewhere and the bus had the little DVD players that came down from the ceiling. Did you ever have those?
I don't think so. But
sometimes we would go on like Escot buses.
I just picked up the vibe of like having to watch something. Like, my parents had a minivan that had one of those DVD players, but I would mostly just watch like the racist Superman cartoons, and then the good Clone Wars.
I keep thinking about, like, we really, like, people really actually went and would buy, like, the DVDs. It would be like, it's the Fairly Odd Parents on DVD, and it would have 4 episodes.
Well, see, the thing
Yeah,
is,
oh my
the
God.
funny thing is that was just to trick kids, because, like, even in, like, 2002 or whatever, when DVD was still new, like, you'd still have, like, okay, here are the season sets. But it's like, with kids, well, it's like, that's just cheap enough that you can get, like, a disposable gift. It's not actually meant to, like, collect the show.
Yeah, they're not even in actual DVD cases. They're in like the paper DVD cases that have like plastic corners. That were exclusively used for like shitty foreign animated films. I remember I had this. It was the first DVD I ever owned. It was like an Australian animated like adaptation of the Three Musketeers, but then it just had like a trip segment like midway through. It fucking terrified me as a child. Like, and it was like they were like
Animators
hypnotizing-
love
like, they-
having characters go on acid trips. It's like one of their favorite
evil.
things.
They're evil.
Oh yeah. Well, they're also.
If you had to draw, like, Rue, like, from Despicable Me for, like, 3 years of your life, you'd fucking, like, petition to have just one scene like that into.
Have you
It's the
heard
same
of
thing with all, like, the weirdly horny stuff. It's just to prevent the animators from, like, killing themselves.
Have you heard the rumor of like the Disney porn bowl? This is something
I
that
have
Andy
in
probably
fact heard
knows
that
about.
rumor. It's very funny.
Yeah, this is my. I wanna like, if I ever got like a blank check to do whatever the fuck I want in a movie, I wanna do like a Heat style like heist movie about like raiding the Disney porn bowl.
Is it just, like, a bunch of porn that the animators drew while they were
Yes.
working on the film?
Absolutely.
Yes, and
Just that
And it's
Disney
pretty
has
much
its own
that.
private, like, guru of fucking, like, porn of their own movies.
Absolutely.
yes, and it's like the reason why, and it's probably fake, but it's very funny. The reason being like, you know, they can't let this stuff get out because it's on model, whatever, it's too accurate. And we can't let our animators' good names be destroyed or whatever.
Yeah, people would then say, this is the worst thing that's ever been associated with Walt Disney.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to do a. It's like
Right.
it's a very common like 4chan urban legend.
Have you seen a lot of Defunctland?
I've seen a couple episodes. I watched the Defunct Land on the Nick Hotel
Yeah, I've seen
because
that
I went to the Nick Hotel several times as a child.
That's
and
so cool.
It shut down, like, it was terribly short-lived. So when I try to tell people about it, they think I'm, like, making it up.
And now you have a source. So like, I think there's two like takeaways. One is that like, geez, Walt Disney really was like an insane like he was Mr. House of Paul in a
Yeah.
just like insane 60s kind of way. The other is that like Michael Eisner's career is the most insane thing that's ever happened. Of just the dumbest ideas. And he is like a jump scare, because every time Defunctland talks about Michael Eisner, he says his name like he's never heard him before. It's great. He goes like, Michael Eisner, named Michael Eisner.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Nope.
Nice.
So sad I can't hear the manga music.
You can't?
Is it too
No, I
quiet?
can't.
Is this
Are
stream?
are your speakers on?
I can't. Yeah, I can't hear the game music at all.
Bri, can you hear it?
Yeah, I've been hearing it fine this whole time.
Maybe turn up the... Oh, because you probably have it muted because you don't want to hear it.
Yeah, do you have the stream muted?
Yeah, I do have the stream music.
What?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I can't even blend the COVID booster.
Sonic 1. We're doing Sonic 2 later tonight.
Bozo.
We got Bozo in the chat.
Bozo, hey, you're welcome to join the stream, the voice channel if you want.
Yeah, we just started talking about conspiracy theories.
About the Disney porn ball.
I don't even remember who Michael Eisner is, I'm not gonna lie.
He was the CEO of Disney from like 95, 96 until like 2007, 2006.
He was the pedophile one, right? With that icon.
I mean, yeah.
To be honest, I don't think
I mean,
there's
they're all pedophiles. Which one was like a convicted pedophile?
I don't think
Kevin Feige.
I don't think he was a convicted. I don't.
Yeah, no, they never get convicted.
Deadass, I swear to God, there was like someone working at like the higher ups of this.
Oh, that's possible. I just don't think it was Eisner. Like the CEO.
I know that's true at Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I mean,
In fact, there was guys who worked at Nickelodeon who were convicted on multiple counts of pedophilia stuff, and then got out of prison after 6 months, and then were immediately rehired at Nickelodeon.
Yeah, Nickelodeon
It was
is.
a
That is like the
It was a vice.
sleaziest.
I'll never forget, like, my, like, fucking, like, eyes, like, just shooting open, like, my third eye opening was the minute someone pointed out that, like, the Nickelodeon logo was a big orange foot.
It was a big orange
It
foot.
had been staring me in the face, like, my whole life, and I'd never put two and two together.
For me, it was my friend Alex sending me, and it does like the problem with like the early Dan Eisner stuff was like half of it was just racist.
Yeah.
Just, like,
You mean Schneider?
yeah, like anti-Semitism. It was just like he's a Jew or whatever. But what really fucked me up was the Bella and the Bulldog thing. Like there was like a show that he directed that was like it was just race fight cuff stuff.
That's right. Did
Or,
it,
he didn't direct it. He produced it. It got like one season.
it was that the writer on it had like only written like one other thing, and it was also like a race play cuck thing.
Wait, what was the plot? Like, what was the plot to this show?
Yeah.
Oh god.
It is.
I do remember
Well, I think
the
one of
thing
the
is-
funniest moments was just seeing what Dan Schneider looks like. Just that he looks like.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I figured out he was a pedophile when I first saw a picture of him. I was like, "There's no way."
I didn't know what he looked like. I just like.
I want you to look up a picture if you don't right now.
Oh, I know what he looks like. I used to be blocked by him on Twitter.
Oh, that's hilarious. How'd you get
Dude,
blocked?
that was that was the other one the saddest moment of my life. I got blocked by not Dan Schneider. I got blocked by Rob Schneider on Twitter. Fucked me up. He still blocked me.
I got blocked by Dan Schneider on my very first Twitter account when the Epstein shit was happening. Because he's never been on Twitter since, but he was on Twitter for like one day. He had been offline for like 3
That's a
years.
bad day to be on Twitter if you're a pedophile.
He was on there because this guy found a bunch of his tweets of like where he was just like talking about like his dog like cheese pizza and like found a bunch of his old tweets where he just was like in a pool with a child in a bikini or whatever on like a pizza float and shit. It was insane.
Oh my god!
He deleted something like 20,000 tweets or some shit.
Jeez, that's impressive almost. Like.
And on that
That's
day, he blocked pretty much everyone that tagged him. And then he logged off on Twitter, and that's one of my. I wish I still had that block screenshot, because that was a powerful block. That was up there with like getting blocked by Tariq Nasheed.
It's like getting blocked by Jeffrey Epstein himself.
It was pretty much getting blocked by Jeffrey Epstein. Did you know he has Twitter? He has like a 47 followers. Yeah, get a 47 follower Twitter. He also had Spotify. I follow him on Spotify.
I love when random celebrities have a Spotify. I follow Edgar Wright on Spotify. It's the funniest shit ever. He's almost like Normie Taste. It's really funny.
He likes Arctic Monkeys.
No, like he does every like year he'll do like his favorite songs of the year, and it's always like it's always like Saint Vincent or like well, let me actually find. I think I have one of them.
There's like a token Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, best of 2018. Oh wait, no, it's pro. Hold on, I got confused.
I got acclaimed director Edgar Wright confused with.
I got my annoying white guys mixed up.
Hold on. Do you guys want me to go through Jeffrey Epstein's Spotify account?
Yeah, what's he listening to?
Let's see if I can pull it up on the web.
Listens to-
Here, guys, got it. Edgar Wright's top 50 songs. What do you? Let me get the one from 2016. 'Cause that's the one that I had. Yeah, here we go. 2017. He's got LCD Sound Systems, American Dreams. You know he has terrible taste because that's when they went bad.
He lived like
He has Arcade Fire.
I call it.
Arcade
set up
Fire.
monkeys.
He's got Saint Vincent, like I said. He's got King Cruel. He's got Ariel Pink. Ooh, that didn't go well for him. He's got DNA by Kendrick Lamar. Father John Misty. Yep.
Let me know when you guys are ready for the Jeffrey Epstein.
I've been preparing myself.
So these are going off of what's on his public playlist. First of all, he has two playlists called Paris Flight and Paris Return.
By the way, do you remember what Rob Schneider blocked you for, Bozo?
I said his TV show stuff.
Oh.
He saw
Which
it.
is
That's
supposed to-
crazy.
Here's the deal. That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even at him. I just said Rob Schneider stuff sucks. And it was all like I actually deleted the tweet. But it was back like, so I didn't use Twitter. My Twitter says that I started in 2017. That's true, but I didn't actually use Twitter at all until 2019. In 2017, all I would use Twitter for, I used it once to harass somebody that was being mean to one of my friends, and that was it. I never touched it again. But in that like small
That's a very Bozo story.
time, no, in that small, they're being like a fucking like weird.
Oh, I'm not saying you're wrong to do so. It's just like, yeah, that makes sense.
In that small sphere of time, because again, I just mostly use Tumblr. In that small sphere of time of never using Twitter ever, I would occasionally go on there once in a while when I was really tired and just say something stupid. And one of the things I said was, I hate the Rob Schneider show. This sucks. Go back to Grown Ups. And then he blocked me like the next day. It pissed me off.
Funny. So one of the funniest things about Jeffrey Epstein's Twitter or Spotify account is that it's before the Beatles were on Spotify, so he has a bunch of like Beatles cover bands.
Oh, no.
I remember that. I remember seeing a bunch of celebrities with like, yeah, they'd have like the new Beatles, which is like a
They
Beatles
have-
cover band.
Like with Taylor Swift wasn't on there for a while. I think Beyonce wasn't on there for a while, but yeah, he has kind of a very normie music taste. He's into Andrea Bocelli, the opera singer.
You feel like my mom's music taste.
He's into Barbara Streisand, Barry White, Beethoven.
Oh
Beyonce.
man, the idea of Barry White playing on the Lolita Express is such a nightmare.
He has kind of like the taste of like an immigrant that gets really into like American music for the first time. 'Cause it's like shit like 70s, you know, it's funk and R&B, but then also like
Game?
shit you go on the radio, like Black Eyed Peas.
You gotta be kidding me.
Did I ever tell you guys that I passed by his house on multiple occasions?
Yeah, you have.
So
I have?
That's
Okay.
your favorite thing to tell us about.
Okay, shut up, Rye. You're such an exaggerative little girl. Shut up.
He also has multiple like EDM playlists. He's really into Pitbull and Tiesto.
He's
Yes.
from South Florida, that makes sense.
I was gonna say, yeah, being in South Florida, you kind of have to like at least 2 Pitbull songs.
Yeah. Michael Bublé. This is evil. He is Sexy and I Know It by LMFAO.
Oh,
That's so. I actually, you know what the worst? But that was like one of my most listened to songs in 2020. I was obsessed with that. Because I went back to it and it was like, I don't know. It kind of went.
Andy, we're gonna have to cancel our mutual friend. He has a song from Fun on there.
who are we canceling?
Nate Ruiz.
Okay.
How would you
I
feel?
wanna
Like,
we're mutuals, but I kind of want to DM him. Like I've never interacted with him, but I kind of want to DM him. You know, one of your band songs is a Jeffrey Epstein playlist.
Do it. What's the worst
Like,
that
I'm
can
not trying to
happen?
call you out. He also has Drake, which is, I mean,
Oh.
come on.
Which Drake song?
Feels
Cactus,
I can kill myself.
Make Me Proud. He has a lot of like Take Care songs on there. He has Overdose,
Sort of a weird NPC.
Yeah. It's like, it's literally just stuff that you hear on the radio. Run This Town, holy shit.
That's so cool. That's so
He has-
cool.
He has several EDM remixes of Blurred Lines, which is like, come on, man.
I'm glad that this
He has
has
I
been
Die Young
preserved
by the
for us to
Band.
appreciate for all time.
This has to be a bit. He has If I Die Young by the band Fair.
That. I don't believe that's real. I mean, like, I believe you, but I also don't want to believe it. It seems too funny.
You look at the first letter of like all the songs on the playlist, and it spells like I didn't kill myself.
It smells like coordinates.
Actual. That's insane to me.
I think it would be really funny if like he just had an entire playlist of like Weird Al Yankovic songs.
That would actually be awesome if he was like related to like Bloodhound Gang and like other like really.
What if Epstein was a juggalo?
Yeah, exactly. What if that be the coolest shit
I'm
ever?
really into Elton John.
That's so bad.
Someone asked him, and he's like, "That's Ghislaine's playlist. That's not mine." He's like really embarrassed.
I don't listen to that. That's like girl music. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Celine Dion. Yeah. Okay, come on. He has fucking Louis C.K. stand-up albums on here.
That's so cool. Did you see that Louis C.K.
Holy
came
shit,
back
dude.
recently?
Yeah, he's got another
I
special.
know.
Well, the thing is, he's had a few. I didn't know he's actually been having a lot of specials. They're just all on his website. They have to go to like his fucking private website. But his newest one was the one that got like advertised on like NBC or whatever. Like a lot of big advertising. But it's really really funny because he says the F slur like 16 times apparently.
He has Maroon 5, David Guetta, like a lot of David Guetta.
Okay, wait, he might actually be based on.
I still have.
It's so funny that he has the taste of music of like a European teenager. Listen to that.
Before
That's one of my favorite things is if you've ever seen the movie Cash by Michael Haneke, right? Like it's this like intense, like sad psychological thriller, and the son just has like an Eminem poster in his room. It's like one of the, it's just like the greatest. Yeah, it's like the greatest example of just like, yeah, this is just Europe. This is what the teenagers think is the coolest shit ever. It's just like Eminem and like fucking like.
Dude, there's
It's
a
like-
really good
It's
pizza
music-
place
it's
downtown.
played in the menu for FIFA games.
There's a really good pizza place downtown, but it's like run by a bunch of Euros from like various different countries. Like you can tell that like no two of them are from the same country. And man, the music they have playing there is the worst shit I have ever heard. It sounds like if aliens tried to like copy American music.
Bozo,
That's
I
basically-
want you to imagine how mad Ricky would be if he were here right now.
I
I think Ricky might agree on Europeans having bad taste in music, to be honest.
Yeah. No, they do. You're right. Like they literally like every single European age of 25 listens to like SoundCloud rap, and then like the music is on the menus of like FIFA and Call of Duty games.
Exactly, yeah.
They wear football jerseys and like fucking like gray just gray sweat jackets. And have, like,
It's
shoes
either
on
that
their-
or they exclusively listen to like Bob Dylan and John Coltrane.
I was gonna say like a lot of them just listen to like whatever like music you hear to Gary's Mod loading screen or like some like trouble and terrorist house there. Like you're only gonna play once, but it's gonna take you 45 minutes to load into it. That's like they listen to all the music that plays.
I remember seeing a while ago, on like Rate Your Music, where you can sort by like most popular by country, and it's either Germany or all of Europe. The most like highest rated album of all time is My Favorite Things by John Coltrane. It's really funny to imagine like scores of Germans, like just like listening to these saxophones and just being like, yes, this
Probably
speaks to
scared the
me.
fucking piss out of them, to be honest.
They're like,
Okay, how
"There's-
big do that?
There's Schwartz on mine.
Anarcho, the checkpoint. Anarcho, you didn't get the checkpoint.
No, that checkpoint's a trap. It doesn't let you get rings. I'm not taking it.
Andy, is this like a strength puzzle? Like you spent a lot of time on this level.
This level's bullshit. I don't care. Labyrinth
Oh no,
Zone
I saw.
sucks.
I've been
Andy,
watching very intently.
Andy,
This is a fucked up boss
Andy.
fight.
Andy,
I got the shield that lets me breathe underwater. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Andy, I gotta say this.
What?
I'm really thinking about this. I think I'm Sonic filled now.
That's good. I'm glad.
I've been playing a lot of Sonic games recently in my spare time, and I think I'm Sonic filled completely.
I'm happy that we can share this experience. What Sonic games have you been playing?
I played Sonic Mania,
Okay.
because I have it on the PS4, and I liked it a lot. And then I played Sonic Adventure 1, which I used to always make fun of, and I actually had a really fun time with it. Then I played
Yeah, that
Sonic
game has some
Adventure
real fun parts. I can't wait to stream it.
2, and then I played Sonic Adventure 2, which I also used to always violently make fun of in front of you, and I actually had a pretty fun time.
Did you cry? Did you cry at the emotional scenes?
No, but I did fucking jack off when I saw, because the version of it that I had was the one where Rouge the Bat takes jiggle. And that got me pretty fucking riled up, to be honest.
Thank you for sharing with the class.
Thank you.
No problem. I literally saw the viewers actually drop when I said that, I'm sorry.
That's fine. I don't give a shit. This stream has lower viewers anyway, so. Yeah, the Sonic games that I know I'm gonna stream are Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles,
Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Mania. And also Black Knight now, because Cole asked for it.
You gotta do Sonic Rush Adventure, man. It's the greatest Sonic game ever
Is
made.
this Sonic 1 or 2? Because you're spin dashing. You did
Oh,
spin
this-
dash the first
oh.
one.
Yeah, I'm playing the mobile port of 1, the PC release that came out. Oh yeah, that's right, the fans. Anyway, this is Starlight. This is the only other, like, actually good level in Sonic 1 after Green Hill.
Random
Here's
question.
the thing,
Andy.
Sonic aesthetically is a lot prettier and more satisfying to me, and also the sounds and I don't know, I'm just saying, I think he's better than Mario.
I would agree with him. He definitely has better vibes. It's
He's got
funny,
better, like,
in
cool shit.
2012, 2013, for the Wii U, Nintendo signed an exclusivity deal with Sega for like 4 Sonic games, and they basically used that to poach the talented people at Sonic Team to work on Mario stuff. So it's very cool for the Switch era. There's been a bunch of Mario games that like have very clearly Sonic stuff in it. Like Mario Odyssey basically has Station Square, and stuff. Like Bowser's Fury ends with the supersonic boss fight. It's all very cool.
Andy, do you apply for Twitch partner? Now you have like enough.
I actually
enough
don't
followers
know
to-
that.
If you it's 50, and then if you've done more than I think it's like
50 followers? It's only 50 followers?
50 followers. Yeah,
Oh wow, that's.
I was looking
yeah,
at it.
I'm close then, probably.
Twitch affiliate. The first step.
I got,
You have to have streamed for 8 hours. and
I've
reach
done
50
that.
followers, and have a minimum you have like a 3 viewer average, which you probably also have.
oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, I didn't realize they were that low.
We have 3 guests on, and they're watching the stream, at the very least.
So like, the thing is, like, I knew it was like, it wasn't that hard to become like a Twitch affiliate, but I imagine it was like at minimum double and like at least like a like 40 to 50 viewer average. I didn't realize they just give it to anyone.
Oh yeah, they do. It's pretty cool shit. Sorry, I dropped my vape.
Yeah, I would have assumed that you need like 1,000 subscribers.
No, well,
You
Twitch
need-
subscribers and followers are different things.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Yeah, because you have to
Yeah.
pay to subscribe to someone on Twitch.
The real one is so with affiliate you can get subs and create custom emojis and there's other bullshit that you can do. And then with Twitch Partner you actually get like ad revenue and like you become like
I'm probably at some point this year gonna set up like, okay, this is how I get like donations and set up stream goals and stuff. I've just been too lazy to do that shit. Yeah, I'm probably gonna switch off because of the fucky shit. I've just been again lazy to.
I mean I use Streamlabs as well, or I'm going to, but yeah, you can set up I know Streamlabs is an evil company, but
well, I know there's just like alternatives that are basically the same, so I'm probably gonna switch to those.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
They do a tip jar option that you can set up that pays out directly to you.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I've just been. I think I have put barely any effort in this stream.
Nah, you're good.
And Arco, what would be the emotes you would add to your stream?
That's a good question.
You'd want to like
Peter Griffin.
Yeah, absolutely.
SpongeBob.
Well, I mean, we probably.
Squidward.
I don't know about SpongeBob yet, but I think I would have to have a Peter Griffin emote.
You'd have a Dragon's Ball P emoji. It would be so fucking cool.
How many Twitch emojis of Goku do you think there are right now on the site?
That's a good question.
Dude, that. Speaking of, I don't know, Dragon Ball, like, oh, you and I were talking about this, about, like, its reaches, you know, especially, like, in South America.
Yeah, dude.
It's insane, because, like, I felt like some sick video on YouTube, just some, I don't even want to, it was
I think
like,
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
It was just some, like, gross, just, like, morally wrong video, right? Like, the person was just saying disgusting, like, it was like a conspiracy theorist guy saying really gross, racist things. And then, like, a lot of it was, like ethno-state stuff and eugenic stuff. Yeah, just crumble. And I don't want to give too much of it away, because I don't want anyone to look it up, because I don't want this guy to get, traction and shit. But there was someone in his replies in the comments that were like, dude, I fucking agree with you. You're 100% right on that. They had a fucking Dragon Ball B icon. It fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, no,
Don't actually.
I was like in tears thinking about how beautiful just the concept of Mexicans that are really into Dragon Ball even goes.
Do you remember how in Mexico they literally were like they had like a
the illegal stream of the final episode of Super.
Yeah, for the final episodes for
that
Super.
Shit's so good. That's the ultimate.
No, dude. I remember hearing that there are some places in South America where they have Goku seen in posters. They know they're gonna do it.
That's cool.
No, it's like there's like I was reading I was on Reddit and like it's like a proper business strategy to like put Goku on your restaurant to like increase the traffic in your restaurant.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Because like Disney does all this shit with like a content, like trying to reach my demographic. It's like, no, you've lost. You failed.
Goku has become in Mexico what Bart Simpson was in America in the 90s.
What Bart Simpson is for like weird Brazilian towns where they just put him on top of like pieces of places. That's a real thing, by the way.
Bozo, you've seen Broly, right? The new Dragon Ball Super movie.
Yeah, I have. Hold on.
The you know how like in the final fight there's lyrics where they chant
Andy.
Andy. Someone in your chat is saying that the game is loud.
All right, I turned it down before, but I will definitely turn it down again because I know it is loud. Because I don't think there's
also
like
Jid the Jid. I wanted to respond to you earlier, but I didn't get a chance. Sonic is an all-time classic. Jid. You're completely right.
I fuck with the vibe of Sonic. I've only ever played Sonic in the Black Knight, but yeah, I'm rocking with.
It's got a great late night vibe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make my voice sound more scratchy so I sound less like Techie Puzzles and more like the tranny version of Sonic. So I'm gonna test it out on this stream and see if that will work.
You just gotta start smoking a bunch of cigarettes.
The accusations must have gotten so much worse now that Smiling Friends came out.
No, that literally happened. I got my cousin texted me and said, "Oh, do you have a show?" And it pissed me off.
That's funny.
What do you think of Smiling Friends? Have you seen the pilot, Bozo?
Yeah, I like that. That was fun.
Yeah. No, it's
Did anyone catch the new episodes last night?
I did not.
Yeah.
I'm going to save it because we're going to cover it on the podcast at some point.
I really want to watch them, but I can't stay up that late. Is there a place you can watch it online?
You can't stay up that late. It's at like 11. What do you mean?
I have to get up at like 6:30 in the morning
Oh, that
for my
sucks.
job.
I had that last year. It was not fun. And much of this year, honestly. But I switched to a new job, which thankfully I can stay up late too, because I usually don't work past like now the latest I have to get up for earliest I have to get up for my job is like 11:30.
I need to fucking this late night vibe. I need to bust out the weed test.
Sonic has a lot of good like nighttime backgrounds.
Exactly. Sonic is just a great nighttime. Even in the day, even with the game missions take place in the day, it just forced at night. Like whatever it's called, Green Hill Valley. Or
I watched the Sonic
rock.
movie. I couldn't finish it. Okay, so I remember I watched the Sonic movie. I watched it on a fucking like cam rip that had links to like Turkish fucking
Gambling sites.
Yes, you know.
Yeah, those are some of the Crow was
Yes.
telling me when Crow was watching No Way Home, spoilers from No Way Home. But Crow was watching No Way Home, and when Aunt May's death scene happened, like a bunch of Turkish ads for gambling came up, so he just started laughing.
Hell yes, mashallah.
But
They started doing that for like torrents too. Like there's like torrents now that have like embedded ads in the SRT files.
oh, that
Fucking
sucks.
bullshit.
Don't
That's
do that.
funny. That's genius.
But yeah,
I mean,
my stance on the
there's so
Sonic
many
movie is
features.
basically I watched it and I kept being like, please give me an excuse to give you like a 7, and I'm like I couldn't, so it's like a 6. That's my. It's like nothing's really super wrong with it, but like
Except for the fact that it exists.
I'm hyped for the sequel.
It is to me. It's like this. I honestly look at it as the way I look at the first Despicable Me, where it's like, it's a good kid.
Yeah,
Like it's a good movie to put on for like your stupid cousins that like, shut off. Like that's fine.
yeah, it's fine.
It's the same. It's part of the Detective Pikachu expanded universe.
No, it's not. It's not as bad as Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu was fucking miserable. I hated
So I remember speaking of the Sonic movie, I remember in the leaks they were like Eggman makes a breastfeeding joke, and I'm like, that's bullshit. There's no way that's real. I can't believe that was fucking real. By the way, Bozo, I have an important question for you about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie 2 prediction. Are you ready?
that. Sure.
Will there be another Olive Garden reference?
Depends on how much they're willing to pay.
I don't even remember the first one. I don't even remember the first.
So like the ending of that movie is like the big.
Oh, I remember now. I remember.
Yeah, you
That was-
remember the Olive Garden shit.
That was honestly, that was a good.
Yeah,
I
no,
will
well,
say,
see,
I
I
think
like
they should
horrible,
upgrade.
like, in-your-face product placement. I'm like, yeah, we're doing this now.
Well, here's the thing though, but it's also a funny joke because it just
hours.
no, but it's a funny joke because it makes the U.S. government look like assholes. Like
I also,
it's like, oh, thank you for saving the world. Here's an Olive Garden gift card,
It's
right?
also
Like it's
like-
not as bad as like, it's not as bad as like the Pepsi at the end of World War Z, right?
It's
This
also,
was literally just like, okay, yeah, it's a product placement, but the joke is that this fucking sucks. Like, it sucks to get an Olive Garden gift card.
Diabolic Changer says, wow, can't believe that Bozo hates your cousins.
You know, it's a thing. It's a curse of having asshole cousins. Well, I don't hate my little cousins. They're little spastics that don't shut up. That's fine. You can watch movies.
It runs in the
Or,
family.
like Family Guy, funny moments on YouTube. They'll stop talking. It's like my older cousins. They're little dicks.
That just sounds like you.
Exactly. You think I like? You think I want to hang out with myself?
That's fair.
No.
Alright, touche. Andy,
I don't know why.
this is the year you and I stop saying, that's fair, and we start saying touche.
I am not gonna be a touche guy. You can be a touche guy. That ain't my
Wow,
life.
Andy's very bold stance on touche.
I mean, do you want to
It's
walk
honestly
around and
really
be like,
funny
ooh,
that-
touche, like I'm wearing a fucking trilby?
Oh, wow. Alright, that's a good dig. Touche.
It's really funny that Andy picked Sonic, even though like he just got done doing like blowing 3 hours and solving puzzles.
Oh.
Doing platform puzzles.
Yeah, That's
Ooh.
fine. I can beat these games in under like an hour and 90 minutes, so that's why I'm doing it.
Ooh, Andy, that was not a good move there. Imagine being born in 2012. Yeah, it would be fucked up. I was born in 2002. I was born right when Spider-Man came out.
I was born in 1991.
I'm not going to dox myself for your all's entertainment.
It was like 97, right?
Oh, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'll say that on camera.
I think that doesn't violate Twitch TOS. It's not a slur. They really only care about like slurs and like smoking weed on camera.
They care about slurs, smoking weed, and if you're fucking like 7-year-old child next to them watching, they'll fucking freak out.
Or if you play music.
Yeah.
You remember that happened to Twitch girl that like almost got her fucking account banned? Like the only reason why she didn't was because her fans just like flipped out Twitch TOS. I forgot her name, but she like lost her. She like had her account permanently banned for a while because like when she went to go get her Uber Eats, her 5-year-old just like walked in the room for 5 seconds and walked out.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And Twitch like freaked the fuck
This
out.
is a joke company. That I mean, all streamers, all like fucking professional streamers are bastards. But it was so funny to see Pokemon get
Not Germa.
get like permanent or like get like a week ban for fucking. She's like, oh yeah, I was in an episode of Avatar. Let's look at the clip, and then it got like immediately DMCA.
They let Pokemon be.
Oh my god, that, I don't know why you bring it up Pokemon right
The voice actor.
There's this most like cringy ass like YouTuber that like covers all like Twitch or whatever. His name's like The Right Opinion or something.
God, I want to punch him.
His name's The Right Opinion. He's like a British guy. But, like his videos are so like ever he had a video all about like just like destroying Pokemon, and it's like 2 hours long, and it's just because like she stuttered one time. Like it was fucking, but it just sucks.
Kind of respect her because I remember those leaked text messages came out where she talks about how she can fist herself. And I can respect any woman that can just casually brag about being able to fist themselves.
That is really fucking cool.
Anyone
You
obsessed with like
remember-
Twitch drama, I'm assuming looks like Nathan J. Robinson.
Oh, did you guys see that today? Fucking, or I saw that it got recommended to me on YouTube today. I don't know if it came out today, but I'm just gonna say it came out today. I didn't know that like Sam Hyde had like a YouTube channel. Apparently, he made like a fucking 2-hour video about iDubbbz.
I did see that.
I'm not gonna lie here. No one has ever adequately explained to me who or what Sam Hyde is, and I'm really like afraid to know.
He was a
Someone
comedian.
who did
Fuck this level.
literally
level sucks.
funny. He did one funny bit like 6 years ago.
Yeah, he was like an internet comedy guy.
He was there, that comedy guy who got a show in Adult Swim with his buddies.
And
called
canceled,
Adult
and then yelled at Tim
And it got-
Heidecker for canceling.
Yeah,
the
and
show.
then it got canceled pretty quickly because he's like a weird, like, alt-right guy who also once raped a teenager and then punched her in the face, knocked her out, and then continued to rape her.
In the
Not a
show?
good guy. No, in real life. That was like that's like that people found out, and then Adult Swim was like, maybe we shouldn't like platform you anymore. Plus, like I said, he was like an alt-right weirdo.
Also, you're a criminal.
Yeah.
Well,
but
that's
then, yeah, he's
apparently a problem in the industry. Let's be real.
The thing that everyone really noticed him for was before he started $1 Million Extreme on Did World Peace, which I think was his show.
We had to
did
watch
like
the-
he like tricked a college into giving him a TED talk.
Yeah.
And it's legitimately hilarious. It's like he's just lying to people. He's just like doing like.
Have
fake
you seen the
lip speak.
video talking about how like you should lie to insurance companies and like
That one,
to
that
get
one
into
is
billions?
legitimately funny.
It is pretty.
The video where he's talking about like, yeah, you should. I mean, it's also true. Andy, come on.
No, it's fine. I beat the level. I beat the level. It's fine.
Yeah, it is legitimately good advice. Like, you should just default on. Just don't pay them. You don't have to. Yeah, talk is all you need to see of his content. The rest is like overproduced skits that are trying too hard, and but the TED Talk is the only funny thing in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just it quite literally feels like someone just doing a worst Tim and Eric Awesome show.
Yeah, it's like Tim and Eric Awesome Show, but the punchline is black people.
Yeah, the punchline's like black people or dudes rock with stuff.
Yeah.
And this guy still has a fan base?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Not really. I mean,
Well,
he's been,
he has a fan base that like, aside from just like alt-right guys who he's based and funny, there are other people who just like kind of they don't like him, but they give him a platform kind of like a low town. Like for example,
He's gotten like a DSP fan base, I feel like.
kind of, but not like it's a little weirder because like with DSP, it's like these people legitimately do not respect him. They just like they just think what he does is funny because he's an idiot. But like Sam Hype is like a weird kind of like they don't like him, but it's weird. They have like a positive energy towards him.
it is kind of funny how fat he got.
Yeah,
They get fat
no.
as fuck.
He looks like I don't even think he's Jewish, but he looks like an anti-Semitic caricature.
I don't think he's Jewish because I think he's
looks
like said a bunch of anti-Semitic stuff in the past.
Yeah.
No one says more anti-Semitic things than Jews, though.
Exactly, but the difference is that they're funny when they do it. It's not funny. They know it's real.
Sam Hyde. Yeah, he looks like shit now. I think he started he gave himself a thyroid problem. He started like sort of.
I thought you were gonna say he gave himself a thyroid.
He started injecting testosterone or whatever, and just fucked his shit up permanently. So he went to the Rhode Island school, which is it's like Emerson for people who get into video editing.
Oh, also, there's like a running gag. It's not funny at all. I don't even think it's not funny just because it's like shocking, edgy. I just don't think it's funny. Which is that whenever like a shooting happens.
Oh yeah, they always say it's Sam
Yeah,
Hyde.
people say, I know who did it. They post a picture of Sam Hyde with a gun, and it's like again, I don't care that it's a shocking joke. That it can be funny, but it's like that I've seen it for like 6 years straight. It's not funny anymore.
Anyway,
Yeah, it was
that's
funny,
Sonic
it was
1.
funny,
I beat it.
Well done.
or something.
It's just kind of an okay game, but stay tuned because when the credits are done and we're finished, we go into Sonic 2, and that's a way better game. So
What were you saying, Cole?
Hell yeah, brother.
It was funny in 2015.
Yeah.
The problem with Sam Hyde fans is that they literally don't have any new. He doesn't make joke content anymore. He does ironic he'll do stuff satirizing Joe Rogan. I think his podcast is just making fun of Joe Rogan, but it's not funny.
It's
Well,
just
yeah, because it's the problem of it's not really satire. It's just because it's the same his edgier jokes too, and that's why I said it's not funny because there's not really
Yeah.
a joke. It's just him saying something he truly believes.
Sam
and
Hyde,
then just kind of
dialogue game,
pretending
that's
it's
very
funny.
correct. Sam Hyde is very 2015.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. It was funny if you were on B in 2015.
I forget
Yeah.
that B still exists a lot.
It shouldn't. They should. The only parts of 4chan they should keep are the weird being autistic about media franchises voice, except for V. But
Yeah, no, you should only keep the big general threads. That's all it should be. It should just
Yeah,
be...
they can keep BG though. BG
Yeah,
is a
that's what I'm
separate
saying.
board.
It should just be all
Yeah.
the boards, media boards. It's
Yeah.
so here's the thing
I
about
used
4chan
the,
is well, V's really bad, but TV is the worst. I would say TV sucks.
Yeah. TV's responsible for one funny it's not responsible for Bane posting, which is funny, and then every single weird Dan thing that annoying cis guys get into. Not even it's stuff that they see Zoomers doing as a bit, and with the American Psycho or the Drive shit, where it was funny to make fun of autists that think that they're in Drive or whatever, but then they just do it unironically.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same. It's like the same. Going back to St. Mike for a second, it's the same thing with that, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm actually making fun of it, but in reality, like you actually think it's based. You think it's so cool, and like so, like it's not funny. It's just you saying it legitimately, half ironically. It just becomes annoying.
Mew, I think, can stay just because it's produced actual good music.
All right. So I'm gonna take a little break and then we'll start Sonic 2. You guys can hold down the fort. I will be.
Yeah.
I'll be right
It
back.
was like up until like 2018, I think. Mew produced like some decent music.
Mew should be
Now it's all
banished for
just, like,
creating car seat
incel core.
headrest.
Now it's all like incel core shit, but I mean, like, uh, they caused Panchinko to blow up, and like a lot of early Vectroid stuff was blew up on Mew, and
Right.
um,
Shut the fuck up. Like you weren't the biggest car seat headrest fan when you were a kid. Like you scream car seat.
I was gonna say I was the biggest car seat headrest fan like a year ago.
I used to
I'm
listen
allowed
to
to make
Car
that
Seat
joke.
I got no
Uh,
beef with car. I have a whatever that album is. I have it on vinyl. The one
Twin
with the two
Fantasy?
guys hugging. Yeah, Twin Fantasy. Yeah, I agree. Van Haven's bass schizoid kind of is that. I assume you're talking about like the half ironic joking thing I was talking about, or maybe you're just I don't know.
it's kind of annoying that Mew now is just like incel core music. 'Cause it's not even good music. Like,
Do they have like
Well, this,
unironic doomer threads?
the thing is a lot of View has just shifted over to music Twitter, but the
that's
problem is
true.
now is because they've shifted over to Twitter where they have a much bigger audience. Most of them now are all like teenagers, and
Mhm.
so they're way more annoying,
Oh
right?
no,
Like they
Mew's
still have
always been
kind of good
teenagers.
taste, but
Yeah.
no, I mean like
Mew's been
younger.
teenagers and Anthony Fantano.
Yeah, like it's like young. It's not like 15 or 16. There's like fucking like 14-year-olds on there.
Yeah,
And
no, that's always been the case. I remember being 14 and talking to my other 14-year-old friends about what was going on Mew. Like that's always been there.
Yeah, that was me when I was
Think
like
about it.
15.
What age were you when you realized you didn't have to care about like what a specific reviewer like Anthony Fantano thought or like what Pitchfork thought?
12.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
got into Pitchfork. I briefly got into Fantano when I was like 16.
I didn't get
Um,
owned. It's called having a discussion, Venhaven. Not everything is an ownage, okay? Stop some your fucking gamer lingo to everything.
I think the word own existed before video games.
Oh my god,
it's kind
right.
of
I think
funny.
right, get some pussy.
I
I'm not
think
even
it's
kidding.
like I think it's related to property.
I want to shoot myself in the head.
Um, it's kind of funny that Fantano has like just completely hollowed himself out so that he can just not be canceled and get like cushy corporate gigs or whatever. Because like he kind of had an identity, even when he was just doing like shitty edgelord stuff, and now he's just like is just like a blank person.
Well, it's because he's just kind of like a grifter, like he's always
Yeah,
just going around to whatever's like kind of popular. Like he did that with uh like in 2015, he had like the meme reviews and he would like talk about like
That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
um, yeah, and then he did like interview shit, like fucking. I mean, that's what had Hyde on was because it was like an interview or whatever. He had like an interview podcast, which is the gayest thing.
He had the Cal Cuchesta album.
Do you remember that picture's going around? I used to make me cry laughing of the guy who looks just like him getting head from a black girl.
It's him. It's totally him.
I don't think it's him just because the guy doesn't have like the like dome head that not Sam Hyde that Anthony Fantano has.
I think it's him. Because he's married to a black chick.
That'd be so funny, but I love it. It's just him getting like head from a black girl. It's like I think I'm giving this a high 6.
Whenever he has like a really popular friend just quote tweets him with that. I'm not sure if he's been blocked yet, but yeah.
I kind of love that. like what was it JPEG Mafia that just like made fun of him on Twitter? or
Yeah, it
something?
was.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
so
so.
fucking cool.
Call him like a cracker.
Yeah, he called him a cracker.
Hey, no. You can't be saying that.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot we can't say that.
You're
He
lucky
started
you
listening
can
to
say that
rap in
here.
07. Yeah, this is so fun.
Have you ever seen the picture of Anthony Fantano's high school yearbook? Where he's like he has like a really like he has one of those like early 2000s like flat mohawks, and he's wearing like a black t-shirt, and actually no, I forgot if it's high school or middle school, but anyway, it's in a yearbook, and his quote is like, "Did the guy who invented college go to college?
That
Interesting."
that's like that gives me so much more respect for him. I love the fact that like Anthony Fantano very clearly wanted to be a musician and it just didn't pan out.
Yeah, he's just not a very good musician. Which I mean, it's like all critics have to.
All
be
right,
good
I
artists.
am back. What's up?
But I feel like they should at least be competent.
Andy, they said bad words.
Oh,
did
what a
not.
surprise! Cole said bad words.
I
Wow,
said,
you jumped the ball. Kind of weird that you blamed a person of color immediately, but like whatever.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna retweet it. Tweet the stream real quickly.
I was just hitting my dab pen, not saying slurs.
Yeah, I went on a weird shit about when in Yonkers, New York, in 1987, when they tried to.
Okay, let's see.
are you trying to make a "Show Me a Hero" reference? you really can't remember?
It's because I started watching it.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, it's really good. It's got my boyfriend in it, Oscar Isaac, and he shoots himself.
You can't. You just couldn't remember Nicholas Cisco. You're
I love
watching the
shit where
show.
Oscar Isaac kills himself.
I remember what it was about. It was like I didn't know if people would get immediately what I was talking about. So, I mean, they weren't. So it would have come off as just me trying to make a joke about segregation if they don't understand the I didn't want to get into the explanation.
Well, there's this guy. His name's David Simon. He's like a really good writer, and
That's debatable.
All right,
I
there
thought
we
I was
go.
I thought
Now
about
we got
watching
the stream.
Treme, but I figured that this is a mini series, so it would be easier.
That's not what I was gonna say. I was just gonna explain the actual history. David Simon doesn't even get brought up.
you don't have to drag David Simon into this.
David Simon's such a weird guy because I like kind of hate him, but I really love Generation Kill.
Everything he does is really great, but also like,
He's just a weird guy in real
which
life.
is true of like a lot of great artists, like great authors
You guys wanna see
especially.
some funny shit?
What?
You guys want to see some funny shit?
I want to see some funny shit. If it's gonna make me fucking grab my belly and laugh, yeah.
Anyway,
I guess BuzzFeed went public earlier,
Like on the
And
stock
they're-
exchange.
like on the stock exchange, and they lost like 50% of their value.
good for them. Anyway, this is
I'm gonna
Sonic
play
2.
some
This is a way
shows.
better game than Sonic 1.
Do you play as Tails?
No, I'm just playing as Sonic again. I can play as Tails, but
What can you play as Tails, please?
If you don't play as Tails, by the way, I think I'm gonna kill myself.
Tails are riot.
Yeah, my life is on your hands.
tell you what I'll do. Just for you, Ryan.
Okay, like literally, like you're just gonna like act as if I don't matter, but like.
We'll play as Sonic and Tails. Because this is
Alright.
his game. This is.
I love when like shit that gets shilled on the internet just completely flops.
Okay, Inarco, quick question.
Yes.
Is there like a fucking like Mandela effect thing about Tails' name being Prowler? instead
Yeah,
of Prower.
Tails' proper name is Miles Tails Prower. Because
thought it-
miles per hour.
I get it, but I've seen it as I could have sworn I've seen it as Prowler with like
no,
an L.
no, it has never been Prowler. It is always Prowler. Anyway, this is Sonic 2. It's a lot better than Sonic 1. One of my favorite Sonic games. I played Sonic 1 first on the Virtual Console, but this was the game that really, like, that got the brainworms in. I fucking love this game.
The enemies got a lot more like vibrant.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The sprites are way more detailed.
Yeah, this is a. Now it is something interesting about Sonic 2 is that, especially compared to Sonic 1 and most of the other games that I tested, Sonic 2 had a shit ton more content. There is like there isn't almost a full game's worth of scratch level concepts and ideas. Some of which that got pretty finished, some of which that don't.
Did
Anyway, yeah.
I forgot my question. It's gone. It's just entirely gone.
Also, Emerald Hill is pretty alright. I actually think Green Hill is the best first level of any Genesis Sonic game, but Emerald Hill, it's fine alternate screen.
What was Sega doing before Sonic?
Alex Kidd and a lot of arcade stuff, like Outrun, actually Fantasy Star was a JRPG. But they were doing a lot of arcade stuff. They were doing Master System stuff with Alex Kidd. It was alright, but Sonic was the big breakout mascot.
Okay. Because Sonic 1's like pretty tight and looks good. So I keep imagining like what kind of budget was it made under?
I think it had like I think they got a lot of their money from correct.
Sega does.
Hold on,
absolutely
I don't have a joke. There was actually like an investor thing. Hold on.
No, I'm gonna say like Sonic absolutely does have. Sega literally has Yakuza connected. That's not even a joke either.
Yeah.
Oh. That's why Sonic's so cool.
That's why Kiryu is just such like a square sometimes. It's like, well, what do you mean the Yakuza does crimes? What? I love his hit face. It's so good in this game.
Oh, like
That's really me when I see boobies, you know what I'm saying, guys? That's when I see some boobies and I can see a good pair.
you stands on end.
And then they go, every time I see it.
You start yanking on your collar.
Sonic 2
I go, oh!
introduced a very good idea of the series that zones should only be 2 acts instead of 3.
Yeah. They do start to get a little bloated by the third.
Yes.
Wait, aren't they 3 acts in Mania?
No, they're only 2. It's just Mania has really long acts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rhino's Chemical Plant.
Is it?
Yeah,
is it the most iconic Sonic song?
I think Green Hill's a little more iconic, but Chemical Plant's pretty far out there.
I think the most iconic is moving around and being
I fucking hate that you're probably right.
Nah, don't
The
shit
most
on City
iconic
Escape
Sonic
Ride.
song is Sonic R's Can You Feel the Song?
Sonic R has a great soundtrack, even if it like has no business being the soundtrack to Sonic R.
So it's literally one of the best like weird like English fucking city pop album. It's insane.
Anyway, also, cool thing about Chemical Plant as a level, it was literally designed to see like, okay, how like far can we push like Sonic like level design into the Genesis?
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, there are literally points in the original where if you go so fast you outrun the screen, like Sonic. It's cool. That obviously doesn't happen here because widescreen.
Wasn't there like I remember like one of the Batman games on the Genesis. I think it was 89, Batman 89 or Return. I forgot which one, but it had like a fucking awesome game on the Genesis.
Yeah,
Wait,
Batman Returns also had a really good Super Nintendo beat 'em up.
I like
who
the little
did?
bat.
When I was a kid, I thought the purple water on these levels was like the most delicious looking thing in the world.
The Mega Muck.
Wait, that sounded like oil.
Yeah. It's ooze.
Yeah, right. You were a stupid ass kid.
What's funny is I didn't play this game until I was like 15.
Right, I didn't mean to call you a stupid kid, by the way.
Thank you. I didn't want to say it, but it really hurt me.
Yeah, I didn't like the. I don't like that came out of there.
Bozo understands that I'm a sensitive soul.
I've been trying to better myself.
I
That's
appreciate
good.
that.
Who's just doing the work?
That's cool, Bozo. I'm very proud of you. You've been kind of a bitch, you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I could be described as kind of cutty and Jewish-like, as Andy would always say.
Okay, good.
Wait, Andy. Let me see the purple.
Oh no, see, I'm taking the route that deliberately skips it.
What?
Let him see.
Because you get an achievement in this version.
Chad, are you hyped for the Morbius movie, Chad? Come on,
Who
Chad.
is?
Never come.
I am. I'm so hyped for that shit.
I am curious to know, like, what it is.
Wait,
I
what
want a stage. I want to like legitimately stage like a meetup with whoever's willing to come with me to see Moonfall and Morbius in theaters.
What is Morbius?
What's Morbius? It's the new Spider-Man-esque movie. He's
about
that's the thing.
vampires.
Morbius is really funny because Morbius is a Spider-Man villain who no one except Spider-Man like fans stuff.
And even then,
Like-
I don't know anyone who's super like, oh man, Morbius is one of my favorite characters. Like,
I like the.
Yeah, Morbius.
I like the animated series art.
It's so funny that he
Spider-Man
sucks plasma in the
animated
animated series because they can't say blood.
Yeah. Like it's good. He's good in the animated series, but it's like I can't think outside of like his introduction comic. I can't think of anything else that
Yeah, that was
he's done.
Morbius was like,
I do know he was originally going to be in the first Blade movie as a cameo.
yeah, that's the thing that also is like, wow, Morbius is like at least 10 years older than Blade. Because it wasn't, I think Morbius was like one of the first characters created after like the comic code authority lightened its rules about
He was one of-
like having
I think-
horror characters in comics. Oh, that was bad.
I think he was that he specifically like made his backstory like science based so that they could get around that. I think it was still a few years before King of Dracula.
Okay.
Because Blade was introduced in the Dracula comics very, very end.
Yeah.
And he looked raw as hell, by the way. He had like a sick ass leather jacket.
Oh, I
on the
love, like,
last.
does he's gotta wear the leather jacket. That's like the look that anyone cares
No,
about.
I mean, like, but it was like, it wasn't like a leather. It wasn't like the '90s Matrix leather jacket, which is cool. But it's not like that. Like his first costume, like he looks like a guy you'd see at like CBG. Like he just had like a brown '70s leather jacket, like, tight mom jeans, and like a cool afro.
Anyway,
And like candle glasses.
this,
Yeah.
anyway, this level, Aquatic Ruins, a water level, it's a really cool water level because you can skip all the water.
Hell yes.
Yeah, I haven't read all of the freaking Tomb of Dracula comics, but they're good.
They're fantastic. I used to read them at every like because I had like this like little like collection of them. I don't know how I got them as a kid, but I would like read them during October at night. Like that would be my thing because they're just fun. They're fun and really kind of creepy.
They are pretty creepy.
But here's a picture for the chat who probably doesn't give a shit. But this is what Blade first looked like when he appeared in issue 10. No, I'm putting it in the Twitch chat. Ready? Any of the buddies that might want to know.
Holy fuck.
See, this is raw as hell.
He looks like he could kill you with his teeth.
Guys, can Blade see you? I mean, he's
I'm
only
so
half.
fucked up, man. I'm so fucked up because it's like, first of all, first of all, like when Marvel said they were doing like a Blade movie, I was already upset. It was like, oh,
It's
you
not
know
rated
it's not
R.
gonna be R. Yeah, you know it's not gonna be. Maybe they might go crazy at the last minute and make it R, but I don't think so.
I think they straight up said that they won't be doing any R-rated Marvel movies outside of Deadpool. Like Deadpool like won't be in the MCU, but it'll reference the MCU.
Man, it's gonna. We're stuck with PG-13 Wolverine again.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like I remember hearing like a rumor that like the Moon Knight show is like going to be violent as a way of testing the waters of like, okay, can we make something kind of violent, and then if that works, then they'll make fun of it. You know, they'll like upgrade it. They might do like a. They're never gonna. I don't think they're not gonna go like full on like the way Fox was, where it's like no, everything is gonna be hard R because we are. But
Well, see, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't have a problem with like having Wolverine like slash people and not have anyone bleed when he's with the X-Men. But if you're doing standalone Wolverine thing, it has to be R. Like,
I don't think that they'll even do. I think that like, especially not for the first one. I think that they'll just straight up do like a 5.
anyway, Bozo, you mentioned you like cool nighttime Sonic levels. This is the Sonic thing.
yeah.
Look at this back.
Hell yes.
It's fucked up though. I'm especially upset though, because I was gonna say the Blade thing is like, yeah, so it's like already you know like yeah, it's not gonna be ours and stuff. Yeah, and I remember being like, the worst part too to me is the fact that like, for the longest time I thought nobody could like ever take Wesley Snipes' spot. But then it's like, no, then they go and cast Marshall Ali, who's like legitimately like fire. He's so fucking cool.
Yeah,
And he's not gonna get shit. Yeah, it's too good of a cast. Because like with like someone like Chris Evans is like Captain America, like yeah, whatever. Like I don't care. It's Chris Evans, he gives a shit. They actually knocked it out with the fucking.
Yeah. I have 2 MCU hot takes that I need to get out in the mainstream. I have 2 predictions. The screen paused.
Yeah, it's lagging out for me too.
Oh, is it laggy?
So yeah, my MCU hot takes are, first of all, the Moon Knight show is they're gonna change his origin. Instead of being because he's a mercenary, he's like a white mercenary in Africa, basically doing like violent colonialism.
No, he's a piece of like yeah, because the original storyline is that he is like a white mercenary in like Africa committing war crimes. He is as scummy as they come, and then he meets the the Egyptian gods like, hey, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna do something worse. I'm gonna force you to work for me basically.
So I don't think that they're going to do that, especially since they're hyping up like the mental health aspects of the show with like the whole trailer. He's like, I'm having a breakdown.
He's like, there's something in my mind and I don't understand.
Well, that's the other
I
thing.
think
The
this is
MCU has
the
been real
idea.
dumb about doing magic bullshit since day one. Like, I thought they were getting better with Doctor Strange, but no.
I think that Moon Knight is going to be retconned to be in the IDF, or at least Israeli.
That'd be so funny.
Moon Knight should be in the Earth Defense Force.
Especially-
Right? It's like yeah, especially like Moon Knight, like there are like fans, like they're like stupid like MCU like apologists, like they,
And are you just let Tails die?
Yeah, he
They're
dies
like-
all the time.
What the
they're
fuck?
like these stupid like MCU apologists that they're always talking about. It's like yeah, the problem is that when people mention that Moon Knight's hyper-alive, they always bring up the fact that he cut off Taskmaster's face with a kind of shitty storyline. It's like that's fair. Yeah, like yeah, that. But it's like outside of that, he's still extremely violent. It wasn't like a one-time thing. Like I get when people get upset about the fact that like people always reference the way Iron Man's an asshole in Civil War.
Yeah,
Like,
or
like that's one bad example compared to
like the Ant-Man slap, even though it's
yeah,
like
exactly. Where it's like exactly. It's like things like that where it's like okay.
What
That's
about
one time where they're
what about
like,
Reed
a lot of-
Richards? Is he actually a piece of shit, or
Reed
No.
Richards, he's just like he's just like
He's just
he's
autistic.
like Ant-Man. Reed Richards is just like he has like autism, so he's like a shitty father. He's like just like yeah, I'm sorry, I have to be in my lab inventing new science or whatever. And then with like Hank Pym, he's just like he has like I think he has like he's like male BPD.
Hank Pym just has male BPD. He's basically just like what I imagine Michael Douglas is like in real life.
No, that is
Man,
perfect.
they really got
And
good
they should've-
casting
They
then.
should have made him a wife beater.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like it's really funny because I don't know if you probably know about it, Cole. I don't know if anyone else here, especially the people in chat who couldn't even give a shit to begin with. The whole reason, the whole like Hank Pym beating his wife thing is so funny because it was just an artist being an asshole. Because
Yeah.
because if those who might not know, in comics, a writer writes like a script, like a classic like film script,
Well-
that an artist just interprets it. That's how it's all done. And in the script, it was that Hank Pym like gets a little flustered, and when his wife tried to like punch him on the shoulder, he like kind of like shoves her off, not like hard, he just kind of like moves her hand off, and then he goes like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't like she's stressed." The artist was just being a dickhead that day and decided to have Hank Pym just fucking backhand her as quick as possible. It's the funniest. It's so funny.
By
This
the
is
way,
similar- one of the most famous examples of that had the most dire consequences was the original storyline for the Phoenix Saga. Jean Grey was not supposed to die. What was going to happen was that she was going to be able to get redeemed, but then one of the artists just decided to go apeshit for no reason and have her cause a supernova and destroy the planet, killing trillions of people. And so then the writer, I don't know why I'm forgetting his name, it's fantastic. But he basically had to just kill her off. Because he's like, okay, well, I can't redeem this.
It's
So,
so funny how,
two
like-
things I want to say about comics. One, addressing Vente a little bit, and we're talking about how Ultimate Richard is a piece of shit. Everyone's a piece of shit in the Ultimate Universe except Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No, Spider-Man's a piece of shit. He's a whitey bitch.
Well, yes, okay, but he's less of a piece of shit comparatively.
Spider-Man cyberbullies the Kingpin.
It's good though. That's great.
So it's really funny. Like honestly, Bendis was in his bag. And he was like, yeah, no, just like fucking millennial Spider-Man would just fat shame.
It's the coolest shit. I listen, that is cool. But everything else about he was just kind of a whitey bitch.
Yeah, but it's not like he was like Ultimate Hulk, where it's like, okay, what the fuck are we doing here?
That would have been cool if he was like a fucking cannibal pedophile. That would have been raw.
Like everyone
Yeah, I
else
love
in that
it.
universe.
I love.
I hope they take that Hulk and make Mark Ruffalo play him.
I love it because the MCU is like kind of an Ultimates adaptation. Like everyone is a piece of shit. Like
Yeah, that's
a miracle that they didn't like accidentally just make Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver like incestuous.
No, yeah, that's the really funny thing about the MCU is how much of it is just based off the Ultimate comics.
Yeah.
And you can tell when
None
it
of,
makes it bloodier because it's like it's not only are they not like they're already not faithful to begin with, but they're like extra not faithful in like the worst way. It's really fun.
Yeah. It's weird. It's definitely like some Marvel exec read the Ultimates and was like, wow, this would be a fucked up movie if we could make it. And then like they didn't even like they just didn't know what they were.
So Bozo, have you? Well, it's funny because like there is the animated Ultimate Universe films, and that first one is basically like, well, what if everyone was in the MCU but was slightly more advanced?
That's basically, I mean, the first one was a more toned down, like, Hulk isn't the worst guy ever, Captain America isn't a weird neo-fascist. Because the thing is like, and I love how Marvel keeps hiring Mark Millar, even though, like, it's just like they don't know that he legitimately thinks that they're stupid. Like, Mark Millar is someone who truly thinks that, like, superheroes accounts are kind of dumb. And, like, that's all his stories, are him making fun of them.
It's pretty much just because Grant Morrison stopped being friends with him.
Yes. And so he's just really cynical and he's mean, and
Yeah.
which is really funny too because he's like a hardcore Catholic in real life, I think.
And like a left lib, which is really funny.
Yeah, he's like a left lib too. He's really
It's
funny.
kind of ridiculous because who's a bigger superhero than Jesus?
Well, actually, no, I mean that's technically he made a comic about that called American Jesus.
I wish we would fucking finish it. Jesus Christ, it was the only interesting story.
Yeah, it was a cool story. It's basically, for those who don't know, the plot is like it's a kid who realizes that he's supposed to be second coming, and it's kind of a fucking nightmare.
it ends on a cliffhanger. Like the twist at the end is like there's this. I mean, it's kind of like Reddit atheist, but like the I think it's either like the Pope or like this like Joel Osteen figure is the Antichrist. And they have to. They're like they're going to show down or what? Hold on, let me look up.
I think he brought it back. Hold on.
I know he
Oh, wait,
brought it.
recently, I thought it was like.
Holy fuck, you can ride tails?
Yeah.
Just
It was like
fly?
American
Well, in this
Jesus.
version you can. The original you couldn't,
Yeah.
except in
Yeah,
Sonic
it is
3,
a-
which
it
you
is
need
a
a second
funny
controller.
Oh.
Knowing Miller, that probably or Millar, that probably also ends on a fucking cliffhanger.
Yeah. In 2020, he made American Jesus Returns with the New Messiah.
They made a TV show out of it.
Was it on Hulu?
I don't think they did. I think that just might be a thing called American. There's a lot of things called American. It's a pretty catchy name.
Oh,
I mean, literally just like this caused by
Based on Mark Millar's comic.
oh my god.
American Jesus Network.
Have you guys seen the Pure Flix John Wick movie?
I guess
What?
it's not out yet or something. It's
Pure
so funny.
Flix?
Yeah, Pure Flix is making a John Wick. Oh
I don't
no,
know
not
what
make. They already
this
did.
is.
They already did. They made a John Wick like ripoff
And-
called Spectre.
They,
Okay, there's a
They
big
make the
difference between
God's Not
ripoff
Dead.
and making a John Wick.
What
Wait,
is
wait.
Pure Flix?
Pure the people that make God's Not Dead and like all the
I don't know what that is either.
oh, they're like they're a like evangelical like Christian like their organization. They make like shitty movies and TV shows.
I've
all
seen
about...
a lot of Brad Jones reviews of those movies because that was like one of his favorite like Reddit things.
I
to go
have
see
also
Pure
done
Flix
that,
movies.
Andy.
Also,
I've seen a lot.
to once again talk about the game for 5 seconds. Hilltop Zone, not bad, but probably not the most like forgettable level in the
I was gonna
game
say
for me.
I literally didn't realize that it wasn't just like Emerald Hill Zone again.
Yeah, no, it's mountains and there's volcanoes, but it's like. Eh. Also,
And
this
there's
background was
trees.
I believe repurposed from a desert level. Because if you look at that and that's a mesa. What is this?
Yeah, that's exactly what you mean.
I do like the cloud
Ben
effect,
Hazen,
though.
my biggest hot take is that I unironically enjoy Jupiter's Legacy, the comic. Not that the TV show sucks, but
Oh, I
I do
should
really
do-
like Jupiter's Legacy.
That's the thing I was actually gonna say is the reason why is Mark Millar signed a deal with Netflix
He
to get
got
a lot of his
Fat
stuff made.
check off of that.
No, he's no. Like, because I used to follow him on Twitter, and all he would talk about is like, yeah, like almost all of his comics are being made to Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
I think they own Miller World. Like they own his publishing company. Like he just sold
Yeah.
his publishing company to Netflix. And it was like right after Stranger Things came out too, so you know he got like a big check off that.
He and Neil Gaiman both did. They didn't want like anything like that.
Did they make
But,
Stranger
honestly,
Things?
I might let no.
No, they
no,
didn't.
Net-
But I'm saying it's like when there's fantasy shit. It's either like okay,
Yeah.
or other people who do shit like this.
I see.
Yeah.
They
He
should
probably-
make
it
a.
was
They
like
should
right
make
in
a.
that.
Studio.
It was like right in that niche where like superhero related or like comic book related content was really big, like The Walking Dead and like fucking like Kick-Ass and shit, and like Kingsman that just made a bunch of money. Yeah, you probably got good money off.
You know what that era reminds me of a little bit?
I don't. Talking about this with a friend of mine, the Kingsman movie is so fucking funny because there's the thing with Matthew Vaughn. Matthew Vaughn and Mark Millar are like really good friends in real life, but like as I said before, Mark Millar like doesn't take any of this. He has like no earnestness. He's just an ass. He's just a cynical dude, like dickhead. And so, like, the Kingsman comic is literally just a parody of like how cuffs the British are when it comes to like James Bond. Like that's the
Yeah.
point. It's supposed to be a commentary on how James Bond is literally just like an imperialist fantasy for the British now. And Matthew Vaughn bought the rights to make a movie of it because, like I said, he's friends with Mark Millar before the comic was finished.
Yeah.
and you can tell he also did that with
finish
Kick-Ass.
anything.
Yeah, you can. No, he did it with Kick-Ass too, for the first Kick-Ass book was finished. And
Yeah, he doesn't finish fucking anything. Like there's
can
like maybe
tell-
2 books it is that have finished.
yeah, you can tell with both of those adaptations because like Matthew Vaughn is the opposite. He's very earnest. He's a kind of earnest guy. He's like jokey, but he likes to have like his like genuine like heroes and villains, right? And you see that with like these like weird little moments where it's like the Mark Millar part of the script comes in, and then the Matthew Vaughn part. For example, if anyone remembers in Kingsman and in the Kingsman comic, you know, they're forced to train a dog, and then they have to shoot it before they can become a Kingsman. And in the comic, that works because, like I said, it's a satire, and so it makes more sense because that's the thing that the Nazis did. That's the SS officer, so the joke is supposed to be that secret agent, the British Secret Service, are the same as Nazi SS officers. That's the bit that he's trying to make. It's like, again, it's like an edgy teenager Reddit joke, but hey, like it works kind of for the style. But then it happens in the movie, and then they try and make it off as cool. Because they, like, Matthew Vaughn realizes that he wants to
So
make
the ending of this boss fight is kind of funny because Dr. Eggman just fucking dies. Like he falls into the lava with the open hatch. It's like, oh, he's fucking dead.
Holy fuck! They fucking killed Eggman.
Anyway,
I really never like the Brat Pack. I'm trying to read it. I think I have finished the reading of it, but I just don't. I don't fuck with it.
anyway, this is my favorite level in the game. I love Mystic Cave a lot.
I like
The Brat Pack, like it's like in the 80s when like doing like comic books with the superheroes and shit. It's like Pokemon. And rip off with the
I don't think I ever made it to Mystic Cave. Holy fuck.
Yeah, this level's cool.
like the whole twist at the end of the it's very bleak and like the subject matter because the whole twist at the end of the Brat Pack is just that like the Justice League like knockoffs. It also does that like that thing that every shitty sad does, where they just make their bad guys like the version of the Justice League.
Oh, so it's just like the police thing.
Listen, as a complete outsider to comics, like I really just have barely read any sort of Western comics. It seems like every piece of superhero media of like the last 20 years has just been about how superhero comics are like naive and silly. Like everything since Watchmen is just
Every asshole from Ireland thinks that.
Yeah.
That's the thing I should remember. If you're from like an Anglo country and you're a comic writer, you are going to end up trying to rip off Alan Moore. That's their thing. That is every writer that's come from England. Is they just want to be the next Alan Moore, but they don't get why he's doing it well.
Even like Grant Morrison is just that, but for like Alan Moore is more like hopeful stuff.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Grant Morrison's way more vocal, which is why he works because he can get dark,
Yeah.
but he's able to balance it out. Compared to like, I like depending. I like Dark Menace depending, but like I don't like the boys comic. I think some parts of it are funny, like the fact that the boys not the boys, the fact that what's like the superhero, like the Superman guy's name? I forgot.
Manchester Black.
Or whatever.
No, what'd you say, Cole?
Homelander.
Homelander, yeah. The joke that like Homelander caused 9/11, like that made me smile. But, like,
I'm kind of mad that they took out the 9/11. So they should have just made it a period piece. That would have been cool.
well, because literally, like, they do the exact same thing in the show, which is because what happens in the comic is he can't save the plane, so he decides to just let it crash into the building, and then uses that to fund the war in Iraq. And like again, super on the nose, not fucking smart at all, but it's kind of funny and like South Park to me, I guess. At least to me when I was 12 it was. And then the show does the exact same storyline. Like it's the exact same, the difference is that it's just not 9/11. It's just a random plane. So why that he would just first of all, terrorists don't attack planes anymore. And second of all, like the fact that this would now spark like a second Iraq is kind of, I don't know, it's weird to me. Like 9/11 specifically works because it's 9/11. It's such an extreme.
Yeah, no, like
weird
if
to
you're
me,
just
like,
gonna have a
stuff
character
like-
do something that's like 9/11 but not 9/11, it's kind of dumb.
But it's not even like 9/11. It's just one plane. Like, with
It's sort
9/11,
of
it was
like,
multiple planes into a fucking skyscraper.
and And it's also
It's
like
weird that that's not the only like
So,
satire of superheroes. that I can
I'm
think
gonna
of,
actually
like,
talk
direct-
now, please.
Oh, sorry.
So, like, the pit I just fell down in the original version was a pit with spikes on it. So if you were supersonic, you would just fucking have to wait for the clock to run out that you couldn't escape from. This is Hidden Palace Zone, a level that was found on one of the early Sonic betas that came out in like the early 2000s. It was a zone that got very close to completion, but was scrapped for I forget what the reason it was. Anyway, they put it back in this game as a max zone that you can get if you do that. It's really cool.
yeah, that's sick as fuck. They replace like a death pit with an entire secret level.
Yes.
Weird. I don't know anyone else who does that.
Yeah, that's weird that that's not the only comic book satire I know that deals with 9/11 that currently is an adaptation.
Yeah. There's a lot of them that do.
Have
They
you
like
read,
talking
have
about
you read Ex
9/11.
Machina?
Yes.
Yeah, that's getting like it's like a Hulu miniseries with that might not be coming out now that fucking Why the Last Man like flopped.
Did it flop already?
Yeah, it got canceled after like half a season.
Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, they like, first of all, they advertised it like shit. It didn't even fully follow the comic. Like, because like,
Yeah.
in the comic it works because you truly do think he's the last man for a little bit. And then, like, it, like, oh.
And then it turns out he's
Oh, it's like
he's about his last fan, and Superman is the last Kryptonian.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, in the show, like, they immediately point, in the trailers, they, like, were like, oh yeah, he's not at all the last
They
Is this,
also like
is this that show with Will Forte?
they
No,
also
you're
did
thinking
the
of,
one
you're thinking
thing
of,
that like Last Man on Earth.
yeah, you're thinking of Last Man on Earth.
Oh, okay.
Guys, my
Why the-
Morpheus glasses.
Yeah, Why the Last Man was a comic where a guy is the last. He and a monkey are the last mammals on Earth.
Male mammal.
Male mammals, yeah. And for I think for a little bit of it, they're like kind of alone, and then they discover groups of them. And the show came out recently, and like the trailer made it look like the fucking like Walking Dead. Actually, no, not even like the Walking Dead. It looked like fucking Falling Skies. It was really funny.
Whenever there's a show like that, that's always like, oh, it's a post-apocalyptic world and so you're completely alone. They can never really stick to it. Girls' Last Tour is the same way. Where it's like, it's just this incredible, meditative, peaceful, great show about just two young girls just sort of traveling this post-apocalyptic landscape and just like talking about nothing because there's nothing to talk about.
And one of them's just an idiot. This is good. Sick.
It's an idiot, but just has like ridiculous amounts of like luck, basically.
Oh, also, this boss fight was completely original. They added this in because the original zone didn't have a boss.
That's it. Like, did they make the whole fucking piano sprite from
Yes,
scratch?
I think so. Don't ask me why this is music themed, but
I was gonna say what I was thinking earlier.
Well,
Like,
I
this
think
doesn't.
it works because horns, you know.
also you're not
The
seeing
air
Mystic Cave's boss. It's just like Eggman comes out with drills in a mine. It's kind of
This is way better. I wish every version of Eggman in a Sonic game just had like different musical instruments he tried to kill you with.
He just like plays Charles Mingus. That'd be so wrong.
And they got Charles Mingus to do the soundtrack.
My Morpheus sunglasses.
Oh god dang it, I missed.
The Morpheus sunglasses just came.
Yeah, I copped the official Morpheus sunglasses.
That's so good. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh, did you
Go ahead. No, you go.
I was just gonna say, it's actually like fucking stupid, but do you remember when Black Panther came out and some like white guy, like friends with Lawrence Fishburne, saw it with him and said how Lawrence Fishburne the entire time was going like, oh shit, and like inside it. And then like it turned into like a pause, like race discussion on Twitter. That was like probably one of the worst times of my life.
That sounds
Oh
pretty
my
awful.
God.
What movie?
Yeah,
is
it was
this?
basically somebody responded with how come the one time you agree with black celebrity yet you think whatnot. And then I remember it just ended up ending with Lawrence
Have you
Fishburne
seen
fighting.
any like Lawrence Fishburne interview? He cusses so
That's
much.
what I'm saying. He
It's
just
cool.
swears a lot. Like, yeah, he just talks
Yeah.
about it. And that's what happened is what ended up happening is Lawrence Fishburne found to be like original like Lawrence responded to like a friend just responded with like shut up bitch or something like and then it just stopped.
I forget about how old Lawrence Fishburne was all the time. Like anytime I see a clip from Apocalypse Now, and I remember that he's the like young kid in that movie.
Yeah, he was like 17 when that came out, or 19.
He was 17, he was a baby.
What's more impressive, 17-year-old Lawrence Fishburne in Apocalypse Now, or the fucking 12-year-old Jodie Foster in Taxi Driver?
Lawrence Fishburne, just because I really like that scene where it's like they're just like in The Walking Dead, like they're just like fighting over the bridge for no reason.
Well, so Lawrence Fishburne, I think, is the younger Lawrence Fishburne was a heavy hitter that Jodie Foster ever was. Like, I mean, you look at young Lawrence Fishburne comes up the gate with Apocalypse Now, then he does Rumblefish, then he does.
He's also in I don't know. Have you ever seen this Miami Vice episode?
Yeah, he goes off.
It's so
Okay,
good.
so this is Oil Ocean. In the original, I think there was a level that's worse, but the remaster patches it up a bit. However, I think now it is the worst level in the game, and the reason why is because it was one of the only levels designed by Americans. Because Sonic Team, unlike Sonic 1, Sonic 2 was actually developed by the Sega Technical Institute in America, where the Sega Japan Sonic team was working on Sonic CD.
You just force Tails to stand on a spike pit until he dies.
That's his problem. He dies all the time. You can't stop it.
Equal Andy over here.
If Tails doesn't want to die, he should get good AI.
Oh my god.
Andy spells Sonic with 3 Ks. I guess.
Also, the reason why I think this level is bad is because it's very flat and boxy, and there's very little like slopes. It's just like platforms and stuff. Also, the enemies in this are bullshit and can snipe you.
Up a little.
I still can't get over the fact that the American level is about oil. That's so fucking funny.
It is pretty good.
They brought in our partner Exxon to help design this level.
This is a level that takes place on the Exxon Valdez.
This is like the British petroleum rig out in the fucking Gulf.
It's so. Did you know that, like, in Waterworld, the bad guy's boat is literally the Exxon Valdez?
I honestly, I'm kind of like Waterworld's such a weird movie.
Isn't it just
It's
Mad
such a
Max,
wild concept.
PG-13 Mad Max with boats?
Yeah.
I
I
still
think
need
if
to see
it came
it.
out like 10 years later, it had better effects, people would have liked it more.
Yeah. And if it was like more, like it was able to get like.
I think it was also that like it came out at a really bad time and was hyped up, and like it was not the movie people wanted in like '96 or whenever that movie came out.
Not at all.
They don't, well, because '96, that's Roland Emmerich's heyday. Like guys on boats like punching each other. That's not gonna do. You gotta have like the movie would have to be about the tsunami, not the aftermath.
Fun fact about Waterworld.
Ben Haven, is our voices better?
Yeah, never mind. Also, have any of you guys said? Oh, sorry about this. I keep turning it down, but like, I guess I'll turn up like other people in here and.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't have like a sound setting I can change. If it had, because it's a mobile app, so. Open volume mixer. Oh, this one I didn't turn down as much. Okay, yeah, that's why. All right, because I forgot Sonic 2 is a different application. All right.
Oh.
Okay, now this should be better. Yeah, no,
That's what you get for spelling Sonic with 3Ks.
You like that joke, man.
I really do. He's just a guy who hates American Sonic because he's like anti-colonialist.
No,
I'm not a big fan of American Sonic because he has a stupid mohawk.
When I was 12, I thought the funniest joke ever was to describe my one friend who loved the Fantastic Four, describe his dick size as the Fantastic 4 centimeters. I thought that was the rawest joke I ever made.
That's not a
when I was,
bad
like,
joke.
17.
It's not the
Being a
funniest joke,
kid,
but it's like
the Fantastic Four is so cool.
Fantastic Four rock. It's literally just Star Trek for like Marvel. Like that's it. Like
I
good,
didn't
good.
know I liked Fantastic Four after like 1970.
What?
I didn't get into them.
well, no,
until I
they
read
did
the-
definitely fall off post '90s, but yeah. You know what's fucked up even after the MCU? The Roger Corman's still gonna be the best fucking film.
Oh yeah.
It's not a bad movie.
It's-
It's not bad.
For a movie that we don't even know
No
is
one's-
finished, it's fine.
It's a
Yeah.
good. It's a solidly good like kids movie.
I wish they finished dubbing Doctor Doom.
I wish they finished filming any of the fight scenes with the Thing.
That would also Bozo. You know what's the weirdest thing about that movie? Why is Mole Man in that movie?
Because he's
That's so
Mole Man.
Has Mole Man ever?
Oh.
Actually, that's not true. He was kind of cool in
Do you
Old Man
remember
Logan. That's like the one time
What-
I thought Mole Man was cool.
one of my favorite things ever, like unironically, one of my favorite things ever, is how the Tinkerer used to be like the most like anti-Semitic like caricature possible,
Yeah.
and now they're just making him like an epic tech girl boss, and I think that's so cool.
I think 60s Marvel is one of the few places on Earth that can get away with just making a villain who's an anti-Semitic caricature.
Because it was like, like
Yeah.
I said, it was like, I mean, speaking as a Jew, one of us probably came up with that idea. One of us,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like I assume some Jewish writer like went over to their parents' house for like a brisk or something. Like I don't know, some kid with like some cousin was there or something, and they just like got annoyed by them, and they were just like, you know what? I'm making Mole Man. You know what? I'm gonna make the Tinkerer.
Some
My
guy. I
other
mean,
big
his name is
SCP
Jack Kirby. He has a name.
Yeah. Yeah, it was either Jack Kirby or I don't know. Is Steranko Jewish?
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to think of
actually.
who else would have been at the bullpen at the time.
Well,
I know
well, the
Robin was
Tinker. I
wrong.
think the Tinker was created Spider-Man. I think he was like the
Yeah.
second issue number 2, and that's
Yeah,
Stan
so-
Lee and Steve Ditko.
So then maybe it was Lee.
Yeah, it was probably Lee. Do you remember how like the Tinker was also it ended with him being an alien, and they just never
Yeah,
focused on that
And
again?
they just never followed up.
Yeah, they never like.
Literally
It's like. By the way, for people who don't know, because I know you guys love us hearing us talk about comic books, is Tinker. When I say it looks like a Jewish caricature, it's true. It's like he looks like Dana DeVito with a hooked nose and like big thick glasses. It's like the most racist caricature you can imagine. And
And they were just
he's
like
what,
make him black.
yeah, he is what his like name describes. He tinkers and he makes like crazy inventions. But at the end of the Spider-Man comic he appears in, I think it's like the second one. It's revealed that he's like a green like alien with like big bulbous eyes. Like he looks like a gray, but he's green, and it's like the most cartoony shit ever. And then they just never brought that up again for any other time it was ever brought back.
I don't even think he's been brought back.
No, he was brought back a lot. I know he's in the very, very beginning of Ultimate Alliance 2.
But was he brought back like in comics?
Yeah, he gets brought back occasionally, but it's just like, oh, we need like a name to throw away. I know he like I said, he got brought back in like every single video game in the early 2000s.
Andy, that was a pro strat. I saw that.
Thank you.
He
You
wasn't
know what was
brought
one
back
of the
for
weirdest things I
15
experienced
years.
when reading classic 60s Spider-Man and the first time? It's like, wait, why is the Jackal one of the biggest Spider-Man's biggest? And I'm like, what happened to him? Why did he stop? Oh, you could apparently, and I think Ricky told me because he was just like, oh, he was a big player in the Clone Saga. And I'm like, well, That
Yeah, that's the Jackal was like Spider-Man's like #2 arch nemesis next to like fucking Green Goblin. Like, he used to be
Yeah.
like the guy that just fought Spider-Man all the time. And then then the Clone Saga happened that it was so bad they're like, we're never bringing this back. Which to preface, the Clone Saga is so bad that they brought back Green Goblin after he came in Gwen Stacy. After that terrible storyline came out, they still brought back Green Goblin. They never brought back Green Goblin.
Okay, Cap. His past is way worse than Clone Saga. Clone Saga gave us Ben Reilly Spider-Man and like.
You're right. No, that's no. When I say by
weird
that, I mean just in feel, not literally.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
Clone Saga gave me, like you said, it gave us Ben Reilly, who's awesome, and it gave me Kane. I like Kane a lot.
I fuck with the Ravenholm arc with like Judas Traveler or whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Yeah, like there's a lot of cool stuff in it. It just happened to have some really stupid
I think
shit.
Maximum Carnage takes place partially during.
That makes sense.
The problem with the Clone Saga is
Because
it's
isn't
like
the Clone Saga like half the 90s?
It's literally from. I mean, technically, like
It's kind of the entire
literally, like,
decade.
half of like the 90s, part of the 80s. Yeah, it's insane.
So is
It's
it like
long.
the thing that happens immediately after the black suit stuff ends?
No, before
No.
I think.
No, yeah, no, just a little bit of more time with Black Suit.
Because
And then when the Black Suit ends, because I have like 5 encyclopedia-sized books of just the Black Suit, like all the comics that have, even when I say a modicum, I mean a modicum to do with the Black
A
Suit,
panel.
which is like he might just look at it for one issue, like he might just stare at it in his closet and then just like, oh. But
the original Clone Saga, the 70s one, like the thing that starts the Clone Saga.
It's really cool, and it's also a good idea to go. Well, what if the Peter Parker that died was the one in the that got thrown in the nuclear
Yeah.
silo? Like that's a good.
It takes place like right after. It takes place like right after Gwen Stacy died.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's like 20-ish. It's like a year or two after Gwen Stacy died. It's so funny that Watt brought back the Jackal more than he brought back the Green Goblin.
He brought back the Jackal more, that he did a kind of shitty story with him too, because he made it. Wait,
He did an entire plot over.
You know what's one of my favorite like Jackal story moment? My favorite Jackal moment I remember is that like in one of his earliest appearances, he fucking 6 Punisher on Spider. I think he's 6 Punisher on Spider-Man multiple times, and like
He
does it the one time. He does it the one time, then the Punisher, if I remember correctly, because what happens is the Punisher shows up, and the Jackal tells the Punisher to go kill this guy, and the Punisher, without doing any recon or any research,
yeah, no, it's like
just goes, yeah, kill him. And then he immediately...
origin yet. He was just something
it's like
he was a character that Jerry Conway made as a way of satiring like the Death Wish movies.
that
They
makes
were
sense.
really big.
Yeah.
And that again, because that's the point of the Punisher, is be like a serial killer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed to. He is true in its truest form. He is an anti-hero. He's not good. It isn't because like that's why I said earlier how like Garth Ennis is always a 50-50, and I mean that because his Punisher I like a lot.
Oh yeah,
I
his
like when he
Punisher's
does Punisher because his Punisher is just a piece of shit scumbag, and he knows that. Like he knows that the Punisher only kills criminals for an excuse, right?
Yeah,
Like,
because
the
he,
thing
yeah,
is,
because
like,
he's going.
it doesn't matter who killed his family. It's just that
I
it
will
was,
say-
he was lucky that it happened because
I think it was.
Garth Ennis-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is real quick. In Garth Ennis' storyline, Punisher kills the Marvel Universe. The great thing about that storyline, even though it can get kind of edgy at times, the great thing about that storyline is the entire point is just like, yeah. So what if instead of just like some random mobsters, it was just, oh yeah, his family was killed during like an Avengers X-Men like superhero fight, right? And it just shows how he drew. Yeah, it's exactly that. He doesn't care who did it, if they're morally right or wrong. Just the fact that they gave him the excuse, and that's all he cares about.
Yeah,
He's the definition of like he is what you would classify as a missionary serial killer.
I will
He
say,
just likes that they gave him an
say,
excuse.
some of the characterization of like the Punisher Max stuff after Ennis leaves the book, I'm like,
Like, well, because when Jason Aaron got on, he made it into a fucking he made it into a comic book. That's why it sucks.
Yeah, which is why there's like Kingpin and Deadshot. But also like,
Jason Aaron is a
I'm
hack.
not a big fan
Exactly.
of where he's like, yeah, Frank's last words to his wife were, "I want a divorce." Like, fuck off.
That's
It's because
funny.
it's too on the nose.
Yeah, no.
Like the whole thing is that yeah, he fucking hated his wife and his family, but him just being like, "Oh, I want a divorce." That's kind of lame. It's the fact that he just like he adored it like some annoying like fucking veteran, and then the second they died, he was hyped as hell because he could start just massacring people again.
I like that he shows up in the Nom, the fucking Larry Hama Vietnam comic.
Oh yeah. Do you remember they were gonna make a Spider-Man nom comic?
I do.
I wish they got to make that. I really do.
Yeah, fuck Jason Aaron. He's a hack. That's an official Anon Kaiju stream opinion.
No, yeah, Jason Aaron sucks. He ruined Punisher Max in my opinion.
His like the first half of his Thor run is a fluke, basically.
Well, I haven't read anything
It's
beyond that
basically
besides the
in-
bad Punisher backstory. At
It's
least,
gonna be so
like
funny how
the
bad
final.
he fucked up in the new Thor movie, because everyone in the MCU is already an atheist. So having like a character that's just an atheist, but like a militant one, is gonna suck so bad unless like I don't put it past Taika to just make him like a neckbeard incel satire, which would be fucking insufferable.
That's the thing. I was like talking to Redhaven about this, where it's just like it's so fucking upsetting how dirty Thor's been done.
By
Like,
the way,
The Kenneth Branagh movies are better than the Taika Waititi.
Oh, because they at least felt like bad Thor stories, but they felt like Thor stories.
Yeah.
so I want to talk a little bit
I
about the zone that comes up. So this is the only zone in the game that has a third act. The reason is because it was originally going to be a standalone zone that ties into the next zone. However, that got scrapped. It also originally had the name Cyber City Zone, and then before that, Genocide City Zone. Yep.
Well, that's sick.
I mean,
Uh,
damn,
it's
is I working on these games or something? I mean,
What
Well,
city
they
would the
think-
genocide city be? Who would be genocided?
Crap.
come on. Think about this. San
Also,
Francisco.
fuck all of the enemies in this level. They suck. Some of the most. Oh, I'm falling down that.
I have another MCU take, and it's one that people aren't ready to hear.
What?
It's the Sam Raimi Doctor Strange movie is going to be worse than No Way Home.
Well, Bozo likes
I
No Way
don't-
Home, so that's.
I do like No Way Home, but I think I told Cole that.
Okay,
Cole
okay.
told me, like,
Here's the real question. Here's the real question, Cole. Is it gonna be worse than Oz the Great and Powerful?
No,
I
here's
don't
the thing.
know.
I am optimistic for Doctor Strange only because again, you know, it's a character from an era that Raimi loves, like Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange I think is his favorite superhero. I know Spider-Man is his second favorite, and I think
it's-
Doctor Strange is his first.
It's also
I
so
think
funny
so,
how
because
like
in
in the fucking the early 2000s, both the Ultimate Comics and the the movies, they ended up with a guy who loves 60s and 70s Spider-Man and cannot stand Venom, but has to do Venom.
yeah.
This is, I think, in the back pan pages, like when there's the interview section of one of the Ultimate Comics, like Bendis literally just says, "No, I don't fucking like Venom."
That's fair. I know people who like him only as a villain and not as a hero, which is also fair.
Him as a villain, he's lame as a villain. He's the most like toy shit ever as a villain, where it's just like, oh my god, imagine
I like that one
Spider-Man
scene.
bad.
I think
I like that
think-
one scene where he pulls up to MJ's crib and is like, "Hey, I can kill you at any time." That's kind
Okay,
of
that
funny.
is cool though. Like in his first appearance, he's legitimately scary because he's just a fucking psycho. But then after that, it just kind of becomes like bad guy.
I think
Spider-Man.
the thing that works about Venom as a villain is that like the symbiote is a weird, fucked up alien monster, and not that like Eddie Brock is a compelling villain.
I hate that they tried to explain this. They've done it like twice now in both like the Bendis Guardians run and the newest Venom run, where they try to like give the symbiote a backstory, and it's like
You know what the backstory is.
I
We
don't-
see
I-
Eddie. We're both on my planet. I was also kind of a loser. That's the backstory.
I think it kind of worked in the new Venom run just because it, at least in the very beginning, I didn't get to finish it, but in the very beginning it was just kind of like paused with like half the explanation, where it's like, oh,
yeah.
we've existed for a long time, we don't really know what we are, but we've just been here for a long time.
I think like, and that's the thing. I think also is that like Venom only works when he's like Spider-Man as a monster, not Spider-Man but just evil or without responsibility. That's kind of boring.
Well, because that's
yeah,
already what Kane is.
That's
And
already
Kane
what
doesn't-
Doctor Strange is going to be bad simply because I think that Raimi either didn't expect or wasn't prepared for how little creative control he will have over that movie, and because of how it looked like, at least from the news that I've been hearing, that this is like their big like stage piece movie for like the future of the MCU. Like this is gonna be the thing that like fuses Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and like it really
That makes
like,
sense.
puts
If
a
you're doing multiverse
clarification
shit, you might as well introduce it there.
on like what the multiverse encompasses. And I've heard rumors, and they aren't confirmed, that like a shitload of old MCU or old Marvel movie characters are gonna cameo it.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's funny.
But
I saw
there's
someone
been-
on Twitter a few weeks ago asking how long until we see what's his face's Daredevil again.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Affleck's Daredevil.
On Affleck. I heard
What,
rumors
dude,
that-
you know what would be funny as hell? Is if we get to see the Foggy Nelson from that movie played by John Favreau.
So we are getting something like that where, and this is a rumor, but I heard a rumor that Tom Cruise is going to be in the movie of Iron Man.
As I saw that too. I also saw the one of what's his old ass name? Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh yeah. As who is he again?
He Professor X.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is
and,
the thing. Is that
um,
like you can give the Singer movies shit for a lot of things, and it's valid. But they did have pretty great casting for a lot of them. Not all of
yeah.
them, but a lot of them.
I hate.
You know,
I honestly, I hate those X-Men movies. But you're right about the casting.
I don't like Ian McKellen as Magneto.
Oh come on, he's good.
No, I agree. He's too like he's too racist. Like I don't know. Ian
He's
McKellen like. You need for like Magneto, you need a guy who feels like fucking Huey P. Newton.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is
and
that,
he's, like,
that
not-
like,
I don't know,
like,
like,
yeah, he does
Magneto's
not
just
feel
not
like
bad.
in the scenes with in X3 where he's like with like the rebel underground mutants. It's like no, he does not feel like he belongs here.
No, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
it's not
Like Michael Fassbender was way better as a Magneto to me.
I did like.
agree.
Unfortunately, I don't think you can have Fassbender yet, as we talked about. I forget if it was last stream we talked about. No, it was just on the Discord server we talked about how Fassbender did some violent, heinous abuse stuff.
That's messed up. Wait, Cole, did you say you agree or disagree?
I agree. I don't.
I like
don't
both though.
do it better. I think that the biggest problem is just that he looks like shit in the suit.
He does look like shit in the suit, but to be fair, they never gave him a cool suit. They always gave him like a halfway Magneto suit. It
Yeah.
wasn't as bad
Yeah.
as the fucking Ian McKellen suit. That one was terrible.
I like
It
the
looks
cape.
bad, yeah.
The helmet sucked, but I like the cape.
It's hard to fuck up a cave.
Yeah, but Magneto
I
has a
think
really
the
good cape.
origin to the Magneto helmet. That's so stupid.
That is dumb.
Oh, that
Why
was
do they
that.
need, like,
I hate that entire. I hate that entire fucking like. That entire
First
film.
class ass.
I like first
Whereas-
class.
I don't the fact that Magneto straight up goes, I agree with you, Nazi. It just sucks. Like I don't,
That
that's
is-
what happens at the end of the movie. Is that Magneto's like, you know what? You're right, but you killed my mom. And it's like, really? That's what he's going to disagree with? Like, this is Magneto we're talking about. The whole reason why he doesn't like humans is because he went to Auschwitz and he just thinks that we are stupid monkeys that just kill everything we don't understand.
No, they should literally never. I don't know what they're gonna fuck up the X-Men. The MCU's gonna fuck up the X-Men harder than Fox. I feel.
They're gonna fuck it up because they're gonna fuck it up for two reasons.
I knew that was gonna happen.
They're gonna fuck it up for two reasons, and I think you and I talked about this before, which is I love the X-Men, but I think oftentimes some like they're least interesting when they are only being used as a minority for oppressed groups. Most of the best stories are just when they're hanging out. Is the MCU cannot for their life make it a hangout movie. Now, and neither could the Fox movies. Well, the Fox movies kind of could. Yeah, they tried with like Logan and whatnot, but with the Fox movies they couldn't. But what they could do was kind of do like the minority allegory, which again I don't really like. I think it's kind of lame, but they
better than Marvel will and
well,
has
exactly,
already.
Because the thing is Marvel.
Andy, come on, nigga.
No, fuck you. This level's hard.
No, the thing is because with the MCU, there is no reason for people not to trust mutants.
They're literally not.
Like in the Fox movies, it makes sense because they're the only ones that can do it.
It's like they like Professor X mind wiped them because Marvel civilians are racist or whatever. But like, literally the coolest X-Men movie you could make is just make it like the shit that white women like about Harry Potter, which is like it would be cool if you could go to a fucked up school.
I mean, that's basically, like I said, those are the best comics. So it's just them hanging out and like Jean Grey's getting like spit roasted in the back while like Nightcrawler's doing some shit. Like those are the best stories.
Literally, I just want to see a bunch of fucked up guys do like fucking. I mean, literally the perfect idea. And honestly, it's possible because isn't John Watts doing that too, or is he only?
No, John Watts is doing Fantastic Four.
Okay,
he's leaving Spider-Man to do Fantastic Four.
He made it like a Revenge of the Nerds movie.
Okay, so Bozo, I think you compared like Fantastic Four to Star Trek earlier.
Yeah.
Do you think New Fantastic Four will make you more upset than Discovery did?
Honestly,
Discovery.
no.
Discovery.
Just because I don't
Discovery
have
is so bad it makes Lower Decks seem
Four.
points out that makes Lower Decks go, oh, this is competent Trek, I guess.
Well, no. Discovery was so bad that it made the Seth MacFarlane Star Trek show.
Yeah, it did.
Fucking
That's all I ever
absolute
heard of the Orville is just like, well, it's not good, but it's better than Discovery.
Well, the thing it was supposed to. It's like yeah, it has like some stupid jokes, but ultimately it's just kind of Star Trek, but like lesser. But at the moment, that is better Star Trek than what we have. They're making Diablo. John Watts is leaving Spider-Man movies to make Fantastic Four movies for Marvel.
Yeah, no, then like, yeah, unless they get like fucking, they resurrect John Hughes' corpse or whatever, they're not gonna do a good X-Men movie. It's gonna be mid.
They're gonna do the John Hughes things for Fantastic Four because it's about family.
Yeah, it'll just be like pretty as shit.
Because they're Marvel's first family.
Instead of like Breakfast Club or like the shit, it'll just be like Pretty in Pink, where it's like they have like kind of like a dysfunctional family.
Oh, look at this glitch! Tails is still flying on the platform. That was kind of cute.
That's fine. Yeah, no, fuck the MCU. They're gonna ruin the X-Men. It'll be like they'll give them like accurate costumes to make like the fans' brains shut off, but like. Yeah, there's literally nothing about them interesting will be in there. So,
you know what the worst thing is because I'm a part of like comic book Twitter, and like which is probably I should not have said that on stream.
What part of Twitter?
Comic book Twitter. Yeah, and
I'm not allowed on comic book Twitter. I'll get too racist.
I wish you were on there. You'd make it way more bearable. I was telling Ben Haven about how fucking miserable it is. Because that was kind of. I'm not as active, like I don't actually respond to any tweets, but when I started using Twitter in 2019, that was like all the visuals I had and all like the tweets I made were reminiscent of or about comics and comic Twitter. But the thing is back in 2019, the worst it was the worst time ever because that was around the time that there were rumors that Marvel was going to, start working on a Fantastic Four movie before they officially announced it, and so there were all these like fan casts as to who it should be. And dude, the amount of John Krasinski, Mr. Fantastic, that I had to see.
Ugh.
It's gonna happen. Like
I cannot stand that idea.
I don't want John Krasinski in any movie ever.
Unironically, oh sorry.
It's
For
not
a
like
second, I thought you were talking about the Ren and Stimpy guy.
they're not gonna get. They're not gonna get someone cool like Denzel. They're just gonna get fucking.
Denzel's Mr. Fantastic is fucking wrong.
Literally, what I hate is that that ends up with like Black Fantastic Four, and it's like no, Sue Storm gotta be a Pog.
How are they?
No, she's gotta be a Snow Bunny. Sue Storm is the Snow Bunny to end Snow Bunnies.
Yes, and then make fucking fuck it.
Bozo.
Johnny
When it comes to
some,
Doom, are they gonna whitewash him?
Yes.
Are they gonna specifically? Are they going to make him not Romani again?
Yes. They'll make him like. You know what they'll do? They love doing this shit. They'll make him like ex-Soviet country.
Yeah, that's actually good. They're not even like it's not even expressly ex-Soviet, just from the Eastern European bloc.
It'll be like Black Panther vibes or like Black Widow vibes or like Civil War vibes, where it's like just this generic looking like ex-Soviet country that's still.
Black Widow is like actually racist towards white people. I never thought I could like think that, but like watching it, it's like this is just racist towards.
What do you mean?
I count that as a Red Scare propaganda. Like it's like, oh yeah, the Soviets had were secretly kidnapping American children and giving them hysterectomies. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's literally, it's like if you changed it, if you made that about like a non-white like group, it would be disgusting. Like if you made that about like Israel, like you couldn't get away with that.
It's so funny that entire reason why they have hysterectomies is just because of one line in the fucking worst Avengers movie. Like it's literally, it's just them having to justify why that one line in the fucking Joss Whedon second Avengers movie is there, where she's like, my pussy don't work.
That was so fucking funny. Just the like, yeah, I'm also a monster because I can't have kids.
I can't have kids.
It's so funny knowing.
It's like
Shout out to Joss Whedon for being fucking insane.
he not only like I hate him as a writer, but I gotta respect him for just being a fucking just like no one's really fought to be as much of a scumbag as he is.
Just blacklisting the guy who played Cyborg for the fun of it.
So
Yeah, literally for the fun of it. And then and then also like cheating and gaslighting and mentally abusing your wife, and then literally your excuse that I'm a feminist. I'm sorry, I just love women too much. Like, right.
One of the realest to ever, honestly.
No, like for real, but like right. You have a girlfriend. Like you've been, it's a serious relationship. You should just start like cheating on her, and then just tell her it's because you just can't help her love women.
I'll run that by her. I'll see what she says.
And then also putting like booby pratfalls in your serious superhero movie where you're like, honestly, what a king. Being getting by this guy whose daughter killed himself. He's like, dog, I don't know if I can do this one. Like, my daughter just died, and then being like, all right, I got you. What you really need is a scene where the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, her boobies fall on the Flash. It's crazy. And then you need, what you really need is a scene where Batman goes, oh, is that blood? Yep, I'll take that blood. Oh, I'm in pain. Oh, I need to lay down. Oh, I hurt. Batman gets dropped by the fucking.
And then doing like throwing bar needle drops in the whole movie. Like, I was kind of worried because there was like 2 needle drops that I kind of liked in Joss Whedon's Justice League. Like, I like the intro song where it's like a cover of who's that Jewish guy? Not Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen. And then I liked the Icky Thump needle drop, but then like, oh no, the original version was 10 times better in both of those.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I am one of the guys who is like, I fucking hate BBS. The Snyder Cut being the only thing from that continuity makes me upset, because it's like, why couldn't all the movies have been like this from the start, you know? Like, why couldn't we have started with this tone?
At the second watch through, I still will never do Man of Steel apology. I think it's ass, but it's
because you know why? Because Man of Steel, it's got the most Goyer.
It's got the most Goyer, and it's got Nolan too.
That's what I was gonna say, because BVS has Goyer but no Nolan, so it's able to kind of get away with something. Like I think I would bring up the line from BVS where Clark Kent's talking to the young Puerto Rican woman in the police station, and she's talking about Batman beating up her cousin or whatever, and she's like, this isn't a guy that can be stopped with the pen and paper. He can only be stopped with the fist. And like that's like the most like Goyer shit possible. It's like that sucks, but there's some other really cool parts.
Hold on, okay, I don't like. I'm not a Nolan defender at all. But are we really putting Goyer above him? Are we really?
Yes.
Wow.
He wrote one of the good Blade movies.
Okay. Wesley Snipes ad-libbed the beginning of every scene in that fucking movie. You can't give him credit for that.
No, Wesley Snipes almost killed Goyer. Like, this is a true story. Wesley Snipes legitimately almost took the life of Goyer on the set of Blade Trinity.
Now, Wesley Snipes is a crazy person, so I get it. But at the same time, I'm kind of sad he didn't.
Well, no, he did it because Blade is similar to Sam, like I said, Sam Raimi's like favorite superhero is Spider-Man. He loves Spider-Man. I keep wanting to say Wes Craven for some reason. Wesley Snipes, his second favorite superhero is Blade, and so he loves that character to death, almost unhealthily, because on the set he would make the producers refer to him as Blade and not by Wesley Snipes. And he would never take the costume off, even when he left. But I know it's so
awesome.
No, it's awesome. No, it's exceptionally based. But because of that, like as you can tell, he very much loves this character. And then David S. Goyer, who directed Blade Trinity, was just torn to shit at every step of the way. And so at one point, Wesley Snipes just grabbed him and started fighting him and almost killed him.
Holy fuck, can we just stop and point out that, like, Anarcho just sped run that boss fight?
Oh yeah, because it's the same pattern every time. I have literally fought that over 1,000 times. I know that pattern by heart.
The reason I choose Goyer over Nolan is because even like if you just had Goyer and shit, it would be competent. Well, like a shitty Goyer script can be made into a good movie. Nolan can't do shit without Michael Mann doing it first.
So the thing is, why I know this is, as you can see, you get no rings for this final boss fight, and you have to fight both of the boss fights in a row. So I just have this fucking God damn it.
Oh yeah, you get the first fight like fucking down pat, and then the second one you lose.
I was about
Goyer wrote Dark City, which is good. I mean, he wrote the 2 Blade movies. Fuck, what else has he done? He wrote some of Constantine. Like, he's not a terrible writer if the director is good enough.
I think that's when Red Letter Media pointed it out in their review of Blade. They were like, David S. Goyer in the DVD commentary says, "I'm very good at like scripting stuff, but all the important stuff I appreciate a lot of help from the guys I work with."
Yeah. Nolan is a hack. Like, Nolan is literally dog shit. I hate Nolan.
No, this boss fight's hard.
He did write Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Even though it's a bad movie, it's a very entertaining bad movie. He's also writing the Sandman show, which is going to be ass.
Wasn't Sandman like the Spider-Man villain?
No, Neil Gaiman thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, fuck, they're making anything now.
No, I think it's going to be bad for 2 reasons. One, Neil Gaiman stuff almost never translates to good television.
Is Neil Gaiman stuff worth reading?
The first 10 issues of Sandman and, like, the first volume of Books of Magic. Books of Magic are good, and that's pretty much it.
What about American Gods?
I like the TV show. I haven't read the book. I do, but I like the TV show just because it's like one of the only TV shows to come out in the last 10 years that has like an interesting visual identity to it. And also the guy that they got to play Anansi is incredible. He just like he got kicked off the show because he kept like writing in his own rants against white liberals.
That's what you want from your Nazi character, though.
No, not Nazi, Anansi, the African spider god.
Oh,
What?
That.
Yeah, because the whole story of
Yeah.
American Gods is like
It's all the abandoned and forgotten gods.
yeah, and then your offspring like become the American. So it's like money and like the cell phone and the CIA and getting pussy off Tinder, and video games. But like the old got chucked. There's like a war between the two, and they get the African trickster god guy to show up, and it's actually legitimately an incredible monologue. But one of the episodes opens with him like convincing a bunch of African slaves, like telling a bunch of African slaves what their future is going to look like if they don't like just kill their slave masters. Sandman is okay. Like the problem is like after Preludes and Nocturnes, it falls off until you get to like the Corinthian, and then like the ending is kind of trash. How it all like loops in on each other. But I mean, there's some good shit in there. Like Dead is a good creation, even though and Sandman is cool.
By the way,
The problem.
Oh, you.
The problem with Gaiman is that now that there's no more pop punk or not pop like goth rock music, it doesn't really have any interesting things to pull from. Go ahead now, Andy.
There we go. Okay.
Every time I watch Andy die to this boss, it's like he just does like a normal attack that should hit, and for some reason Sonic dies instead.
There's no rings.
Like,
You have to do this in one fucking hand. That's it.
that's crazy. They were really like shit. Please beat the first one.
And Sonic 1 and Sonic 1 and 2 had limited continues. So if you died, got game over. Have fun at the title screen.
Oof.
Whew, okay. Also, this is 12 hits instead of every other boss in the game in this game.
Damn. Fuck Eggman. How many hits are you at? Like, what, 6?
Yeah, I think so.
You should charge right into the spike.
Even Sonic's mad.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna say slow. He looks like he's saying curse words in this threat. Andy, don't fuck it up. It's not a strength puzzle. You got this. It's not the ice gym.
No, that was the electric gem.
You were having some trouble on the ice gym too.
No, that one I got done pretty quick.
Sonic's getting tired of waiting. Animation triggers
There
like
we go.
even faster every time.
Let's go. I love the ending of this game, by the way. It's such like a nice little moment. It all.
Hell yeah.
No wait, this is.
I don't think I've ever seen the ending of this game.
I actually don't like. I actually like this ending better than the one when you get all the Chaos Emeralds.
Bozo needs to come back. I need to hear her fucking her Sandman take. I need her to back me up here, and that Neil Gaiman is mid at best.
Neil Gaiman's one of those guys that I only ever heard about in like Reddit threads back in like 2013.
Yeah, you got a big like Reddit audience. You also got a big like Tumblr audience for the screenwriting he did. But yeah, like none of his media properties have ever been adapted well, with the exception of like American Gods, which I hear is not like a very straightforward adaptation.
Also, like all the best genre things, Sonic 2 ends with characters barely escaping an exploding island / space station.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played Sonic 1 first, but this is like, I said at the beginning of the stream, this is like the Sonic, like not my favorite Sonic game, but it is the thing that made me really click with the series. It's really solid and tight, even if some of the zones in the second half of the game are sloppily made, because this was made using Sonic 1's like base code in under a year with a ton of scratch content. You could feel it in some parts, but I still really like Sonic 2. It's way faster, it's got way more platforming.
Do you think it has like DMC2 syndrome to a certain extent?
No, don't you ever fucking compare DMC to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Just to the degree that like maybe they weren't expecting to have to make a sequel as soon as they did.
I mean, to be fair, this is a thing that has happened. Like 80% of Sonic games have had. Oh, also Mark Cerny, one of the heads executives of Sony. This was the first video game he ever worked on. Was not in the original game credits, but was added in for the remaster. No, like Sonic 2 is a little bit, but it's not that jank. It's not like that. No, it is. It's. God, you can't just compare fucking Sonic 2 to DMC2, right? You can't fucking.
Listen, hey, I didn't know this would be so contentious. I did not mean to offend.
DMC2 is a game that was finished in 4 months, and the only thing they had finished before that, the 4 months, was after working on it for like over a year, was a shitty stinger. Don't you ever compare this game to DMC2.
I have this kitten in my lap.
Masato Nakamura. This Dreams Comes True is the album he made, using this game's music and like lyrics and stuff. It's really good.
Ooh. I'm glad that they're finally getting shoutouts in these remasters.
Yep. Also, I really like how the classic Sonic games use like a medley of all the level themes in the game. It's really nice little detail. I mean, yeah, no, it's fucking Sonic 2. I would honestly say for most people, like, this is probably, I think, the best starting point. Like, this version of the game specifically, like, is such a great way to experience one of the definitive games of the entire console generation.
And I think it's like the most, I don't know, iconic.
Yes,
just because it's like
this is the one that when they pull back from classic Sonic, it's usually this. Sometimes Sonic 1, Sonic 3. Anyway, I'm not doing Sonic 1. I was thinking about doing Sonic 1, but I'm not gonna burn myself off. We'll do Sonic 3 another time. But yeah, that's
yeah.
Sonic 1.
Andy, what was your first intro with Sonic? I'll be on topic for the last few minutes we have left.
Okay. Technically, it was Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The first Sonic game that I ever played was a plug-and-play that carried a ROM of Sonic Blast, which was a 1996 Game Gear game trying to use pre-rendered graphics. It's a fucking disaster. And then I got the virtual console ports of 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles as a kid, as well as Sonic Adventure and Sonic.
What about
Sonic
you,
Colors as a
Rye?
kid. Right.
I said this earlier. I played Sonic Rush Adventure, which is
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
No, you're wrong with that one, man.
I thought I did. What did I play?
My first experience with Sonic was buying a used copy of Sonic and the Black Knight at GameStop. Way too
Right.
shitty
Cole,
Sbarro's
you should
pizza.
play some Sonic too. That's
What console was that on?
Wii.
The Wii. Yeah. I played it up until I got to, I think, the Shadow boss fight, and then it was way too hard for me, so I
think that's
never
like
touched it
2/3.
again.
That's not even a third of the way through the game. And the
It's
game's
literally
like 5 hours.
It's the third boss.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh
The
no!
first boss is Knuckles. The second boss is, I think, Blaze, and then the third boss
I thought
is
Shadow
Shadow,
was the
and I was
first.
like,
Okay.
Hold on. I got big news. I just had like a fucking brain blast, like repressed memory flashback. I was wrong. My first franchise was not Sonic Rush Adventure. It was much earlier when I was in like 4th grade. At summer camp, they had Shadow the Hedgehog on a
Yes,
console
the
at the summer
McDonald's.
camp,
Oh, okay. That's yeah.
and the kids would sit around and play Shadow the Hedgehog like multiplayer, like versus modes where you grab the
Shit.
guns and shoot each other. That was my original like introduction to the Sonic franchise.
What an iconic introduction. Anyway,
I'm looking at the plot.
I
Let's
might
see.
stream that game someday. I don't know. There's a lot of Sonic games I gotta stream, but I got the first
It
two
is the
down.
first boss. Holy shit! I am so bad at video games.
Anyway, see ya.